Hello and welcome. It is Roller Wiener Monday. It is 12:30 p.m. Eastern on Monday. Welcome, everybody. It's going to be a nice warm week this week. Holy mackerel. 90 here tomorrow. Yikes. Time to get out the Speedos and get ready to go swimming. Road check's almost here. They got two things they're looking for. Hey, 10 Roads got their truck attacked. That is a trucking company that hauls the mail, if you've never heard of them. In Minnesota, if you saw that, holy mackerel, I bet that was quite scary for that lady driver of the truck. There's an article that says fleets are not adopting the automatic driver assistance features. Are you kidding me? I don't know if that's true at all, because that's all I see on the trucks coming in, so I'm surprised about that, and we'll talk about that. Hey, this $50 fine looks like it's finally going to pass this year. For not removing snow from the top of your truck in Pennsylvania, there are exemptions to that. The daddy of Variant is outshining. It says, look, my daddy helped us, and we're doing good over here, Variant. Unbelievable. Stocks are up. Fuel's down, though. Fuel is down. And Mr. Toes can't believe it. He says, fuel's down. I'm down for that. Wow. Thank you, Cash's King Trucking, for the picture. Those toes are hanging on to that thing for dear life. Holy mackerel. So there you go on that. Yikes. But everybody's got to have a toe somewhere, I guess, in something, as I do try to do click things. There we go. And so there we go. Alexandra was first today. Hello. From New Mexico. Hope it's doing good out there today. Yeah, good quote. Yeah, I like that, right? That's what's important, right? Can always do these other things, but you never get enough time for people. We've always put people last in our lives. Let's put the people last, go do all these other things, and then, boy, people, yeah. Like Samsara dash cams, we could talk about that in a minute. Columbia, George, yeah, they're going to be talking to you when you speed and stuff. That's going to be a lot of fun. George Wilson is here. Hello there. What's happening? Let's see as I go down here. Oh, Trucker Hershey is here. Yes. Hello, Gear Jammer. Dawn Foods in Denver. Oh, did the snow finally melt out there? Holy mackerel, Dawn Foods. Do they make dishwashing detergent there? Kevin, good morning. Oh, well, thank you very much, and good morning to you. It's good to see you today. It is going to be beautiful here today. Thank you very much for that. Dawn Foods, I think that I have seen those, to be honest with you. At least it's not driver facing that camera. Yeah, that's true, but it might as well be for all the things that Samsara does. I'll tell you what. Those Samsara cameras, boy, it's like it might as well drive the truck for you. You know, Cartage Studios is here. Hello. Let's see here. Where am I? Oh, Joan Ark is here. Hello. Hey, how's it going down there? You're going to probably be 95 degrees considering how warm it's going to be up here. Yikes. Dwight is here. Yes. Jason, good morning from California. Oh, I finally got you beat on the temperature. That took like 6 months. Vampris, hello. Trying to stay safe. Wife goes for second shot this Wednesday. Shot number 2. So first shot, no problems. We'll see how Wednesday goes. Michael Muller. Oh, you just got your second dose. All right, she'll get hers on Wednesday. Do you have any problems with it or anything? So, Alex, the OTR driver, is checking in. Hello. I'm in the building. The Elvis music is playing, right? You have an extra phone mounted on the dash, Gear Jammer. Yeah, turn on the video when you go through cities. Yeah, well, you know, you never know when there's a problem, of course, going to happen. But, yeah, if you have an old phone or whatever, just mount that up there and just have it record. Absolutely. That makes for a great dash cam, too. Usually better video quality than some of the cameras. Yeah, KC, are they... considering the chip shortage, oh, my gosh, I just saw Ford is going to be closed for another couple weeks. Is KC running down there, to be honest with you? So how is that going down there? Hopefully they're still rolling down there, because they haul mostly auto parts too. Eddie McFadden's checking in. Hello, everyone from I-20. Hey, I got a thing here about I-2. Who's running on I-2? How about that? I-20 in Texas. My company's switching from Qualcomm to Geotab. Chris, yeah, we run Geotabs. I like it. No problems, you know, generally with it. So it runs pretty good. It'll be a big switch, of course. I'd probably rather have a Qualcomm because Geotab seems to run on the cell signal. That seems to be the only problem for it. Michael Muller's inhaling a roller wiener. That's the way to do it. That's breakfast, lunch, and dinner every day. Joan Ark hates hot dogs. They're the food of that made people. They're the breakfast of champions. Here, so you'll be listening while driving on the Ohio Turnpike. All right, George H.W. Bush is here. I saw that quote from your wife. I appreciate that too. Roll your wiener. It's nice to be here. Food is food. Yeah, better cheddar rollers. Those are good too. Those are super good. Let's see here. Michael Muller prefers ballpark wieners. Right. They plump when you cook them, by the way. Luke's off next Monday moving. Where are you going? Is it the Bahamas for you? Did you retire? Alexander, good quote. Yeah, thank you for that. I do try to find good ones. And, I do think that people put, I got to make money. I got to do this. I got to always these other things. One of the most important things are people, right? People and Soylent Green. Paul Harris, good afternoon from Arizona. Canadian Tanker Yanker. Hello, Mark. I made myself laugh there. Maybe I'm probably the only one. Michael Muller had to take a day off after the second shot. Had body aches and joint pain and felt sick. Okay, but good after 24 hours. Yeah, I'm hearing mixed results from that second shot. I'm sure it's person dependent. We've had drivers get both shots without any issues. And then we've had people be really sick from, especially this second shot, from just drivers and people that I know. So it seems to be that second one that's the killer. So we'll find out what happens Wednesday afternoon, I guess. Doug Thompson, as the wife is taking it. Happy Roller Wiener Monday from Michigan, everyone. Doug Thompson. By the way, somebody needs to work at Delta. Tell Delta to stop switching the flights around. This is the second flight change in a week since we got the tickets. Cut it out at Delta. That's just a personal note to Delta. I'm sure they're listening. MG Jackson, Ella for Plymouth, Wisconsin, unloaded at Oshkosh, cold. Reload later today at Great Lakes Cheese. Nice. Get the curds and bring them back. Oh, those bags of curds with those little sausages in them. Dave Johnson, great intro quote. Let the good times roll. Yes, roll them. I was in Indiana for last week's snowstorm, and it's 80 in Texas. Stand odds. Well, congratulations. Yeah, that was not great considering, what time of year it was. There were tons of accidents. They didn't salt the roads or anything. So every bridge had a bunch of cops by it, and on the other side of the bridge there were cops all over the place. Canadian Tanker Yanker, you hate lines. Yeah, but at least you're getting paid for it, right? Grafton. Hello. Doug Barlow, no fuel down here. Why not? Jason Jefferson, Variant claims to be operating independently. Yeah, that's what they say. It's a whole nother company within U.S. Express. What I don't understand is if they're doing better than U.S. Express, why doesn't U.S. Express just change to operate the way Variant works? Rather than let's start a whole company unless they know their name is so horrible in the industry that they can't even do that. They're going to eventually, they said, switch their whole road operation to Variant trucks. The next automation the trucks will have is us a lift to bring large drivers up to the cab. Aviator trucker. I've seen a truck for a driver that was paralyzed. He was in a wheelchair. And it did have a lift that opened the side of the sleeper and a lift came down. He rolled onto it and it rolled him up into the cabin. And then he could roll to the driver's seat like any other truck with hand controls, any other car or whatever. So they're sort of have those as it is. The grumpy truckers checking in. Hey, fuel is not down in California today, Adam Wayne. Well, I don't know. It's $3.12. We're showing that's down another 2 cents since last week. And it's down, maybe 15 cents or so in the last few weeks. Going down around the country. Gas here, $2.89 here for gas for people who are running regular here at the Speedway. Top of the morning to the west and good afternoon to the east. Nevada Trucking and Trails. All right. I'll take a chance on that. Picking up some pork products from Coldwater. Where's pork products? Oh, Meyer. Hopefully that's Meyer. Meyer has a big operation in Coldwater. Bring the stuff down here. There's nothing at the store. Trucking Wizard, hi there. Even the manager had to be the cashier again yesterday. They can't get anybody to come in, she said. Kenneth B., good afternoon, Mark and Gracie. She's sleeping on the couch today. She's so exhausted. Beautiful here in Palmyra. I bet. Yeah, it's going to be a great day today. We're going from heat yesterday, and we'll have the air blasting by tomorrow. So we close in on 90 degrees here. Boy. Richard C., hello from Milwaukee. All right, home of Harley Davidson. Hey, Mark from St. Louis. All right, home of Harley Davidson. No, not St. Louis, right? Budweiser down there, I think. No snow here in Denver. Finally all that snow melted. They make snow cones in Colorado. Oh, really? That's pretty good. All the cheap fuel's coming from Mar-a-Lago. Nice. By the way, Melania's Trump's birthday today. So happy birthday to her today in history. We got to raise a GP to 58 cents. Yes, they sent me a thing about that. With no driver-facing camera and 60 with it on. Yes, that's correct. So 60 cents base at GP Transco. So people looking to go over there, I got a little thing here for them. Right. 60 cents base if you want to take the camera, 58 without it. Most people do take it, by the way. $12.50 a week guarantee also. So that's pretty nice. I always like a guarantee, no matter what it is. I'd rather a company had 1,000 guarantee than nothing, because at least you're going to get $1,000 if there's problems that whole week. So, and Adam Wayne, do you take the camera? Midlife trucker Tom Bell just got your roller wiener. Well, good time. Always a good time to eat it. No way I would take a COVID experimental shot. It's a DNA changer. The wife is concerned that she's not going to be able to fly. She has her tickets and that, and if they stop her from flying, so she's getting her shot. Going with her granddaughter, but she's only 13, so she won't. She can't get a shot yet. So, Brian Puff 70 in Phoenix. Oh, it's close. It's close. What is it here today? I know that's very close. 70 degrees here right now. All right, Dave Ridge needs help. What do you need? I don't know if KC is rolling, I assume. So, yeah, I think so. I haven't heard as much about Toyota. There's a big plant there where KC runs out of, as others. Ford is like the worst. Half their plants are shut down. Holy mackerel. Cash King Trucking 80 and beautiful in Central Florida today. Nice. Oh, by the way, the Subaru plant here is closed. That was on the news. WLFI, Lafayette's very own CBS station. They're closed until May. They can't make cars because they can't get the chips. So all these car makers are basically having car problems. You want a new car, you better go get one. They said the prices are going up on the lots. And now, instead of people stealing your catalytic converter, they're going to open your hood and steal the chips out of it. Hello from sunny Alabama. Chicken hauler. I had a long weekend. Went down to the 75 Chrome Shop Truck Show. All right. How was that? I've never been down there to that. I'm glad they're finally having it, too. Boy, I'm concerned about Walcott here. Rexing Dashcam V1 Basic 49 or V1 4K for $99. Oh, right. You know, I don't know if you need the 4K. Maybe. It would certainly help to get license plates. Keith Miller, hi from Statesville, North Carolina, because the little plate's tiny when it's way out there, so a better resolution would be easier to get the plate. I just had my second shot, and it tastes as good as the first. Aviator Trucker. Some people don't have any problem with it, so you're a Jimmer. My girlfriend got her second shot and felt bad for 2 days. The first shot, she had no problems. All right, see, that's the problem. That second shot, you know, that's a problem with that second one. So a lot of people are reporting, you know, more than you would think, problems with that second shot. The E-log system I hate the most is PeopleNet. Luke, that's the most that I hear from drivers. PeopleNet, horrible. Never used it. And glad. But everybody says it's terrible. And I don't know why once after year after year after year, do people that use your product complain about it, that you don't fix it. So I don't know about that. Cash King Trucking, I believe that 10 roads used to be called Hoovasol, really, or something like that. They had a major accident and had to change their name. Oh, all right. That's possible. I mean, 10 roads... They run a lot of hauls around the country, and it's mail. I think it's all mail or mostly mail, and this meaning the male, not men. But this trucking company was the one in Minnesota, up there by your hometown, that where this driver. There's a picture of her. This was right after the verdict of the trial last week, and she's turning a corner, just minding her own business. Oh, this crowd comes out. They jumped on the hood of her truck and. Did damage to the truck and stuff. I'm sure that was quite a shock to her there. She got away, and everyone prosecuted, including me. Hey, there's a good verdict in our favor. Let's go commit federal felonies. But I don't know what will happen with it, but that's not great. Be careful when you're out there, and there's a group of people. I may well headed the other way. There's an I-2 in Texas. Lasts for about 2 miles. I know. I read about it. It's like 38 miles now officially, so it said. And I wonder if anybody ever drove on it. It doesn't connect to the rest of the interstate system. It's its own little road. It is going to. It's going to meet 35 in Laredo, they said. So it is going to connect. It's part of the I-69, all the way from Canada to Mexico program. But I saw it, the I-2, right. Oh, okay, there is an I-2. But it is official. It's an official interstate. My 8-hour split sleeper berth doesn't work on Geotab, Panama Jack. Okay, so in Geotab, your company administrator generally has to set what the parameters are for your operation. So, for example, I can't run a split sleeper even in a sleeper truck here because I'm home every day, and so they have it set for the 16-hour exemption. Now, I don't know why Geotab does this. They should just allow the driver to... If you split it, it should just split it legally, but they don't. You have to choose your rule set in the settings of Geotab, and usually the administrator at your company will not allow the drivers to choose it because we're just dumb drivers, presumably, because that's basically what they say here. So you'd have to call the administrator and have them change it. Now, you can try it. It's somewhere in the settings. I don't remember where it is because I haven't seen it. Hopefully, Fleet Nav Systems will be on today, and we can ask them, because she'll know right away where it is. But the administrator usually has to change it to sleeper and then to split, and it'll let you sleep it. So it'll let you split the sleeper. It's a weird way to do it. If you run it legal, it should do it for you. I passed the Weiner Mobile on I-30. Oh, the driving hot dog? Trust God, not man. Hello from dirty Baytown, Texas. Dirty town. Moving from Philadelphia to Fallensby, West Virginia. Oh, really? What's going on over there? And that's a job change or no? Alexander, I have to check in with immigration later today. What are you doing with immigration? Are you just a green carder here, really? Or are you just calling them? I mean, that's just a curious thing. Careful eating wieners bought at the manhole. Yes, be careful where you get them from. That's for sure. I'm watching from Chicanalco, Nicaragua on a month vacation, 97 degrees, 80% humidity. Really? Well, I'm glad to know that Nicaragua has Wi-Fi or internet service, and that sounds like a typical day in Houston in the summertime. Wow. Holy mackerel. Get your passport stamped and enjoy yourself. The vacation there, like $14, right? In Nicaragua, where did I go after? Oh, I'm way behind. I took the single shot Johnson & Johnson with no problems. Oh, they stopped that here for a little bit, and they don't give them around Lafayette. Where's the cheese? It's around. I wish it was right here. You won't know the full effect of what it's going to do until you wait 12 months. That's true. Well, you never know. Look at Nicaragua. I've gone international. I know. I'm going to have to put that thumbtack in my world map that I have hanging up here. Made it 2 Mondays in a row. Al Johns, well, congratulations. It's good to see you. Good morning. I love the show. I'm here to talk about Variant. All right. Offer still stands. Offer to bring you in and break bread with you at your convenience at our expense. I'd love to talk about Variant with you. Absolutely. I just thought it was something that Variant, CEO of U.S. Express, came out and said Variant is doing better than U.S. Express, the legacy carrier. That's what he calls it. But I didn't think 1,800 miles a week is super great, and I thought that's really something to consider if you're going to go on the road for 1,800 miles a week. That was loaded miles, but that would mean drivers have to be rolling 1,000 empty miles at Variant. So I wasn't super impressed with that. On my way home yesterday, I saw a guy in Albany, Georgia Pilot, watching around the store and bathroom wearing only socks, walking around. That's awesome. Hey, at least he had socks on, I guess. Variant is like Total Transportation, partly owned by U.S. Yeah, they're completely owned by U.S. Express. Can those people in wheelchairs make good semi-drivers? Yeah, I thought about that too when I saw that. But I don't see why not. Here's the thing. Because the trucks now, there's no reason an automatic truck couldn't be set up for hand controls. Everything is run by your hands, basically. So, and if you can run hand controls for the pedals, it'd be just like driving a car. So, yeah, I think so. I think you could. The fifth wheel is automatic release. As long as you could crank the legs, yeah, I think you could. I'll tell you what, I give that guy a lot of credit. He's driving a truck in a wheelchair. There are able-bodied people right now that won't go work at Meyer. She can't get anybody to come to work. So I'll tell you this, that guy gets total credit from me for that. Hello from Arkansas. Got my Loves Wieners. Awesome. They have little hearts on them. I don't know if you knew that. If you look real close, put it real close to your face, you can see them do the lot lizard suffer in the summer from heat restitution. Nice. $2.49 per gallon if you look hard in Gulf Part. Yeah, you got it cheap because they make it there, right? That's what they always suggest. Well, it has to be transported around. I'm like, there's a BP plant in Whiting, Indiana, 100 miles from me. Good afternoon, Mark. Theo Towns. Hello. Certainly not the safest way for a handicapped person to drive, Joan Arkey. That's true, but it's not that safe for him to drive a car that way either, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know why, if they can pass the test otherwise, why they couldn't drive a truck. Especially now with an automatic. Now, the stick, it's one thing, but there's no reason the hand controls couldn't work the pedals. I think so. Yeah, I'm okay with it. Hi from Glenview, Illinois. New Jersey Devil. Hello, not that far from here. The Naval Air Station up there, right? Clemens Food Group in Coldwater. Sweet. 90 today, a whiteout tomorrow. I hope not. Supposed to be 90 here. There's a pork processor in Coldwater in Walmart. Yeah, okay, Walmart has a DC there. Well, Meyer's up there too. K&B sent an email offering 61 cents, James Davis. The thing is at K&B, and they've had a $1,350 a week guarantee for a while. They just still have all these bad reviews that keep coming in that they micromanage the crap out of your day. So that just bothers me a lot. Pay isn't everything if you're bothered all day. Toyota's out of Princeton. Yeah, KC has a big thing over there. That's why I'm saying I've seen them. When I was going to Evansville, I'd see them all the time. I went right by that plant every day. And there's a big KC there. That's why I'm making sure KC is still running. Nevada Trucking Trails, the guarantee at GP is a little misleading. You make $2,000 one week at $500 the next. They call it $1,250 a week. It's a $1,250 a week guarantee over 2 weeks, as far as I remember. Now, if they're on here, they can change that, and I will ask him later if he doesn't come on today. It's $1,250 a week over 2 weeks. You make $1,250. So yeah, if you made $1,000 this week and $1,500 next week, you made your $1,250 a week guarantee over 2 weeks. Let's put it that way. So I think that's probably a better way to explain it. Fuel is cheap because they're selling off the winter blend. It will go up in mid-May. If Trump was in office, it'd be over $1 a gallon cheaper right now. Yeah, fortunately, gas is not a large part of people's lives, fortunately, except everybody that commutes in an F-250, whatever. But yeah, it's still relatively cheap, though. And I can tell because my the fuel mileage on the Sonic is going up. Volvo truck union packed a foolish time to go on strike. Yeah, the union, they're on strike and they're not making any trucks. Good idea. 60 cents is 21 cents more a mile than I made when I started 3 years ago at Werner. Good job. Look, the pay has certainly gone up really seriously in the last couple of years. I will say that. That where I see numerous companies at $80,000 plus, that's really great. I mean, that was years ago, that would have been unthinkable. 2 incidents in a month. I can't find work for 6 months, Dave Ridge. That's a problem. I will say that. 2 in 1 month, especially of any size. Yeah. Are they on your record is the question. It's 25% a load low for a company driver. That depends on how much the company gets for a rate. I never like percentage because I can't control the rate. So I don't know. I don't do a lot of percentage. What do people on here getting percentage think? I'm not a percentage. I'd rather get a mileage and know what I'm going to get. You know, what do you call an incident? Right. What is on your record? Why do you folks believe what the government is telling you about COVID-19 84? Oh, that's very good. The show was great. The show was great there in the free state of Florida. Yeah, I bet. I mean, I see pictures of a post and everything every year, but never have gotten down there. I should go one of these years. A friend of mine lives in Tampa, and he's got a couple of extra organs, so he probably wouldn't go to the show. So not extra, but had him replaced with others. Without chips, we have no autonomous trucks. Yeah, that's terrible, isn't it? Ford has got a bunch of F-150s parked outside. If you saw that, they partially built them and parked them in Louisville at the Ford truck plant, and they're waiting for chips to come in to finish the trucks. People notice I have a lot of annoying issues. People complain about it constantly, and I don't know why they don't correct the problems. That's always the surprise of it. Companies just want the cheapest e-logs, I bet. Oh, maybe they're cheaper, but then once all your drivers constantly complain, wouldn't you switch companies? I mean, I don't want to have drivers complain about that. There's enough problems for them to complain about. Samuel, the GM plant in Wentzville, Missouri is going from 2 to 3 shifts because of the shortage, right? GM also can't get chips. What do they make there? Don't they make the vans over there? No, I don't know if they still make express vans. Or there's a pickup plant over there. I can't remember where they make all these cars anymore. There's so many of them. Haven't driven 4 years. Company's willing to give me a free refresher. It's 25% per load, no governed trucks, Colorado. Well, look, if you can get the free refresher, and here's the thing, even if it turns out not to be that much money, once you get some time back in, you can always leave. So there's something to the free, getting back in the truck for a little bit to get the time back on. So now we have a trade-off of we're getting a benefit rather than just trying to get 25%. Columbia, Georgia, my company's dumping people not going to Samsara. This next month should be interesting. Yeah, people, that's terrible. But the Samsara video with voice, so the company gets to set an amount over the speed limit that they want. So they go 5, 10, whatever it is. When you exceed that, the camera's going to alert you, hey, slow down. And because the Samsara watches road signs, it knows what a stop sign is, what all these signs are. If you do the California stop at a stop sign, that can trigger an event with the Samsara cameras because it knows a sign. Now, does it mean it's unsafe? Not necessarily. Depends where the sign is and stuff. I don't think you should have to stop at a sign if it's unsafe to do so. Because there's a road sign doesn't mean it's unsafe or whatever, but you will get talked to by the company probably. They can open the super plant if the lathe truck comes. He could sell them as many chips as they need. Very nice. And right down the street, right. They did say, fortunately, everybody in there is going to get 38 hours a week, which was in the news. That's weird, but at least they're getting paid something. Broke my bat wings and hit a fire hydrant. Oh, really? Well, that isn't great. So those are probably on some record. Alexander, my load is an export going to Mexico. Oh, how come you have to call immigration? But when we would go down there, anytime I ever went to Laredo or wherever, you're not going to Mexico. I assume you're going to drop it off. It just got dropped off at some yard on this side of the border down there, and then you'd pick something up. I never had to call anybody. What do they make you do on the call? There's a shortage of foam due to deep freeze we had in the south. There's slow production in Texas due to the storm. It's hurting both the furniture and car industry, and that's super great. Fleet Nav Systems. Hello, everybody. All right, good. We had a question here. Maybe you can help out. I was hoping you'd be on here. It's good to see you. I don't remember how to do it. There's a driver on here who cannot split his logs on a Geotab. How do you do that? How do you go into the admin thing and try to change that? I saw a video where in Japan, truck drivers have to pass the written test every year and a driving course every 2 years. Sweet. That's nice. I hope it's a complicated test, Gustavo. I'm keeping the same job but opening a new yard, so I'm going to be working out of that. Oh, fine. Raise and buying off a house. All right. That's sweet. I have a house here. It's my wife's home country. Oh, okay. Oh, that's even better. Oh, not bad. Just a little bit sweaty down there. And I'm glad I'm surprised they have internet, I guess. Kind of surprised, I guess. Guess I shouldn't be. They should talk to us about Geotab. As I understand it, Samsara uses contracts and has baked in there that they can raise the price every year. I don't know. Maybe. Good morning from Alabama. I'm sure that probably does, though. No, it's Mr. Plow. Good afternoon. Greetings. Lots of people died from these shots since being hidden from us. Yeah. Why would you take a shot for something that doesn't exist? Ed Oliver. My wife may have to have it to travel. So that's why she's getting it from Delta. For Delta travel. I have not gotten it. Got any left over from your dinner with Paul from Celadon? No. He ordered, I don't know. Who gets 3 lobsters to go? I shouldn't have offered to pay for it. Valerie, I saw a person in a wheelchair drive a semi, even had a dog. It was awesome. Yeah, look, if you can pass the test otherwise, I'm in. I mean, certainly. And if you got enough gumption to go do it, great. There's tons of people sitting at home doing nothing. And here's somebody who could get disability legit. I wouldn't even mind it paying it to him. And he's working. I'm in. Oh, they pay bi-week? No, they pay every week, but you got to get the guarantee every 2 weeks, there, GP Transco. What's up, the real Big John Trucking? What's going on? State treaties with others say they won't sell a gas in the state it was refined in. Oh, so the gas that's made here, I don't get to buy it? That's stupid. So what's guaranteed third week? Well, it'll be two running weeks. This week, next week, the next week, every 2 weeks, right? 25, basically 25, 2 per 2. No, gross. Always gross. $12.50 gross. Because we don't know. Everybody would take different amount home on $12.50. I didn't get ticketed, but it's on your record. So, well, look, if it's on your DMV record, the only way then to try to get something fixed, you'd probably have to have a lawyer. Because there's no other good way to get it off your record. You'd have to go back to court for some reason. Have you pulled your DMV record, Dave Ridge? You know, you're at the DMV. Go to the DMV or go on their website and pull your record and see exactly what is written on there. Perk of running Joanne loads, so micromanaging, go to the store, wait for them to get their stuff, the next one, rack up detention time. Is this Joanne Fabrics? KB calls it the Road Warrior package. 61 cents, 60 days out, 10 off. Oh, man. Look, they're honest about it, so I'll give them that. 60 days out, but holy mackerel. That's a long time out. I do have the picture of Gracie in the corner. She wanted to be on the show. She goes, can I be on the show? She goes, but I sleep through most of it. I said, so we got to get her on there. So she gets to watch the show too. Thank you. Right. She's awake more in the picture than she is in real life. There are a lot of things with ELDs that companies don't realize when making a decision, like how the support is going to be. Oh, no. You know what? Fleet Nav Systems, what the decision? Oh, what's the cheapest thing we can do? My 2009 Focus has 227,000 miles on it. Wow, John, wow, that's amazing for a Focus. Even the car companies say cars are good for about 150,000 miles. So that's what they plan on. That is super great. I haven't got to that far on a Focus, I'll tell you. Although I have had several of them. Coronavirus isn't real, so does that mean the plague and the Spanish flu weren't real either? All those fake, those plagues. Joanne Fabrics would be a light load, wouldn't it? Why are there no chips in this part of the new green agenda to get rid of cars? Well, that's true. And they're going to help fund the $15 billion, $1.5 billion is going towards the electric charging. 500,000 electric charging stations, including charging stations for semis. So, pretty good. High-speed electric semi-charging. Massachusetts wants to pass a bill allowing red light cameras. I don't like those. I just don't like them. They're hard to fight. Hi, Robin. I hope you're watching. Are you impressed with this Mark guy's rest? Well, I don't know about that, so I appreciate that. Hey, Mark, I see a Kenworth T680 GP Transco truck at the Pilot exit 4 in Tennessee. They don't all stay out west. Well, number one, that's a Kenworth, and that's pretty west. Although, not bad, but I'm surprised they made it that far over. I'm surprised that they sent a teal truck. Usually they send some owner-operator that's got some weird, hey, purple truck guy, why don't you go take that load? Work for a global chemical distributor based in Chicago. Univar. Love them, right? I have a passport, so I could take it over. But would you want to take the load to Mexico? I don't know if I'd be so quick to take a load to Mexico. I'll tell you, I think I'd rather drop it off and come back here. I don't think that the infrastructure and interstate system is up to the United States standards, that's for sure. Do you recommend a good dash camera setup shopping here? Falcon looking for 3 angles. Yeah, Falcon has a bunch of those multi-angle cameras. I have that Akaso camera, but I don't think they make it anymore. No, I really like that because you can record in the truck. Even though I'm opposed to that from the company, if you're talking to a nice officer, it is nice to have a full recording of what was said and done, and then you can just press the button on it and turn it back off. That's how I do it. That's the kind of camera I use. Alexander, I have to coordinate with the driver from Mexico to be able to get a clearance to get this load across. Really? The facility where I'm delivering isn't associated with the drivers from Mexico. Oh, that's a weird way to do it. It's always some kind of weird problem. At least it'll be warm there, and they should give you something coming back. Always loads out of there were good because you could always get something long. I'm like, what do you have there going to Seattle or whatever? That'd be the way to do it. U.S. drivers drop at the load of warehouse, and the Mexican drivers pick up the load in Laredo and take it to Mexico. Yeah, right, exactly. That's how it always did work. And we'd always take the lights out of the trailers and the glad hand rubbers out of them, which I didn't understand. Dale Gribble's becoming regular around here. Are you still on for the truck show? Absolutely. I'm coming out there just to meet you, and you're buying the wiener. Absolutely right. Probably a pork chop there, but yes, Kevin, as long as they run the show, I'll be there on Saturday. Yes, as long as the show goes. Now, keep watching it because, they already canceled the one in August in Dallas. And this one's in July. So it'll be the first one in a while that anybody has had. I started a trucking business in Nicaragua. I pay my drivers $300 a week, which is double the average there. Got 3 trucks. Brother-in-law runs it while I'm here. Look, $300 a week seems low here, but it's all the standard of living. And if that's double the pay, that's pretty good. That's great. You're like an international trucking conglomerate. That's what I would call myself. We see people going for the cheapest solution along a Fleet Nav system. That's in everything. The cheap always comes out expensive. Stop buying cheap things. It's unfortunate because then they're stuck in a contract with poor service. Exactly. Don't get in a contract no matter what you buy. Don't buy the cheapest thing. Don't always try to get the cheapest thing. Like my friend who's on this gas buddy thing. Oh, Mark, if you drive 17 miles, it's 2 cents less for gas. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Okay, just stop looking for cheap things. That is never a solution to your problem. You don't talk to millionaires and they go, you know how I made my money? I save 2 cents a gallon on gas and I use 25-cent coupons at the store. Whenever I'm in Meyer, I'm always behind somebody's getting a coupon for 10 cents and arguing with the cashier about it. Oh, no, they won't take it. It's expired. You can take it. It's 10 cents. I'm like, oh, my God, really? It's 10 cents. I've already wasted 10 cents here. George Costanza, thank you very much. What's going on? Kicked off both my stops upstate South Carolina this morning. Waiting to get reloaded. Making money at Melton. Still happy. Better than CRST or Weston. Oh, my gosh. You could almost just throw a dart at a place to be better than Western Express. But, Melton has really upped their game lately to get drivers and keep them. When you look at reviews of Melton, they had like a dip. I don't know if management changed or something. And then, boom, straight back up. And I'm glad you're doing good there. It seems like a really good place now. Oh, you heard, where did I go after? Oh, right here. The 60 days out if I'm homeless, that's a long time. It is, but look, if I don't mind companies doing that as long as they are upfront about it. So they're saying to get this, it's 60 days out. Then people on it cannot complain about it if you know it upfront. That's all I've ever asked of a company, is to be truthful with people. Honor what you say and be truthful about it. That's it. That's all we can ever ask of a company. So if you say, I'll take the 61 cents and be out 2 months, there are people that are in for that. You're single or whatever, that's a great deal. If they'll run you 3,000 miles a week at 61 cents for 60 days, holy mackerel. I mean, imagine the money you could accumulate. You heard about Robert Lowe's 30,000 square foot mansion he's building, owner of Prime? No, it sounds nice. Will he allow the drivers to come there? We've also had customers leave and return even after spending extra money to switch. That's right, because the cheap comes out expensive. That is a quote right from the People's Court. But always true. The cheap comes out expensive. Don't just buy the cheapest thing. And I will tell you, I don't mind the guy, Robert Lowe, buying a 30,000 square foot mansion. He employs a lot of people that get money because he starts or runs a company. So I can't gripe at somebody for making money and then, enjoying that money in a nice house, I guess. 30,000, that's basically the average sized house in America anyway, right? And the Oscars go to Trucking Answers. That would be great. I want to thank the Academy. Can't wait for the lines at the charge. Yeah. Can you imagine the line at these charging stations? That is going to be the real problem if they ever do this all electric, which I'll never live to see. But there are currently 112,000 gas stations in the United States. I looked it up, but there's more than one gas pump per station. They're talking about adding 500,000 charging stations where that's a plug, because I looked that up. So if you had, 8-10 pumps, you're looking at 1 million pumps. So that'd be half the amount of charging stations. And the cars take longer to charge. This is for all vehicles. And with 800,000 road trucks, I think it's going to be a mess to start with. Fortunately, the TA is going to have hydrogen fueling. The TA will have hydrogen fueling in California starting in 2023. For all of you that have all your hydrogen trucks. Yeah. Trucking Wizard is Joe in Fabrics. Oh, okay. I'm home by the house every other night, depending on how many stores I get. I run Chicago and Cincinnati, Dayton. All right. Eastern Pennsylvania. All right. Joe in Fabrics. There's one here. Do you ever come to Lafayette? Al Johns, if one is willing to stay 60 days out, then one probably has no need for 10 days off. Well, everyone, maybe not. You know what? Maybe you go, I'll leave in January and just bring me home for Christmas. So there's something to that, too. There's something to be said for that. Massachusetts. Yeah, Joanne, loads are light. Last load was 16,000. That wouldn't be bad. You never have to stop and scale or worry about that or whatever. Alexander, wouldn't go to Mexico for more than a day. My Spanish just got awful. That's the least of the problems, I think, is speaking the language. What if the load went really far south? I'm a new driver for Sierra England. Sheldon, 2 weeks in the game, but I'm finding myself teaching a 3-year driver how to lock and slide the wheels. All right, well, you are having the average Sierra England experience. And hopefully, by the end of the contract, if you have one there, you will find somewhere else to work. I'm not a fan there. You're just an end user at Sierra England. That's by their own mouth. So not a huge fan. What are you finding after 2 weeks other than teaching your trainer how to do things? What do you think about the place? And, are you making any money? My next load's headed to Minneapolis. Oh, right, Alexander. Now, be careful driving around there, considering what has been happening. But that's a great load out of down there. Holy moly. Joan Arc would take the load over. You wouldn't mind it? All right. Be sure you'll have to up your cell phone company. And that was always a problem running along the border. Because depending on which tower your phone connects to, you can have an international call. So consider that if you ever drive to Mexico or whatever. Where does power come to operate the charging stations? Magic. They sprinkle magic dust on them, and that's how they run. So for the split sleeper question, okay, that Banner Jack had. You have to have the split sleeper enabled on the rules. That's what it was, rule set. I recommend asking the community for more help. Yeah, it's in the settings, though. There's rule set, but when I tap it, it doesn't allow you to do anything. But, okay, so it's a rule set in there, and it has to be enabled. I saw white 2005 model Kenworth leased to GP Transco. Was that a Love's? Well, look, if it passes an inspection, I guess it's okay to go. But here again, we have a truck that's not teal. If I got a truck there, or at any company, I'd want it to look just like the company truck so that they could kind of sneak around, and look just like them. Hello and happy Monday, Paul Vines. It's good to see you. Sheldon Taylor, get out of there. You're in now. Once you're in, you got a contract probably. So you got to make the best of it. And hopefully it pays you enough to survive until you can get out. 16,000, it's almost like pulling an empty. A whole 20-foot trailer with 700 cases of liquor at 20,000. You get those shorties, right? And they're hard to back in. Now, do you have the, you have a 20-foot trailer, but the 20-foot containers, some of them have the sliders. So you can actually pull the wheels on them and actually get a bridge law on them. My company wouldn't give me Samsara video after my incident. I did watch it on the guy's computer. That's why I put my extra phone on the dash. The video is mine, Gear Jammer. Look, that is another thing that I talk about, and you're completely right. And it's worth mentioning again. When a company has a camera up there, they own the footage from that video. You do not own that footage. It's not your footage. But if you are running your own dash cam, now you have your own footage, and they would have to ask you for your footage. So that's the difference between running your own and waiting for the company footage, which you may or may not get. And also, sometimes it won't go off for things you need them to do. You pass a scale, get pulled over, and the cop goes, it said, I changed the sign to open. Why didn't you come in? And you go, it said closed. The dash cam from Samsara or whatever is not going to go off for that. Your dash cam will record that, and you have the video footage of that. So well worth it for some incidents like that. Somebody calls you in. Hey, this driver ran a red light. Oh, you can, well, really? Here we go. Right here it is. President M.G. Jackson, President George W. Bush signed the bill which allowed Mexican drivers to bring freight into the USA and beyond the border zones. Yes, they can, but they have to take a load that goes right back out. Joe Nark, stock news. Yeah, what do we? Yellow is $8.82 this week. Man, we should have bought that at $2. A Roadrunner, $4.51. They were down in the $2 range also. That would have been a good deal too. Man, U.S. Express, which I thought would go up on their news, is $9.84. It's down 2%. So they went down 2% even on all their good news on how much money they were making with Variant. Crazy. I had somebody shoot at my truck in Arizona. That was my incident. He shot my trailer. Yikes. I guess you wouldn't catch that on camera. What company is KB? There's a KB, K&B is a refrigerated company out of the Northwest there. I don't remember where their headquarters is. I don't remember off the top of my head. Why am I not remembering that? Yeah, but they're a national, I consider them lower end company only because of the treatment of their drivers. Their pay actually is really relatively good there. Unfortunately, too many reports online and just written to me of people that work there of them doing weird stuff, like sending the police to your truck to wake you up as a wellness check when they want you to get moving. Stuff like that, which happened way more than one time. So I know that they're doing it on purpose to get you moving. And I think they should be arrested for it personally because it seems like misuse of the police. All kinds of stuff like that. As soon as your 10 hours are up, your phone's ringing. What? Hey, get moving. Stuff like that. That kind of stuff was not worth it to me. And I did a video about it. And one of the VPs or maybe the CEO, somebody high up there, wrote to me, call me. Oh, so I talked to this guy. Oh, we're changing our ways. This is old news or whatever. I go, well, look, when you change your ways, I'll put another video. As far as I can see, they haven't changed their ways. People still write to me. I go, are they still doing this? Oh, absolutely. So that's the reports I'm getting from drivers that are there. Here's the key to Melton. George says, you need to actually drive. They want you to make 600 miles a day. Wow. And they give you 3,000-mile loads. If you're doing 30 for every week, you're busy making money. Yeah, look, if you get a 3,000-mile long flatbed load, that is great. Trucker Lee, I'll give it 50 years. Those electric trucks are ugly, though. They're so smooth, right? I like St. Michael's fabric. Oh, where is that? Is that down there? I don't know where that. I don't know where that place is. I always thought Mexican roads are 50 years behind. Exactly. When I stopped driving, natural gas trucks were coming. I see a few of those every once in a while, but those really never took off anywhere. The gas station, the truck stop, I guess, with a few parking spots at I-65 and exit 168, they have like 2 lanes that say natural gas on them. So that's a good deal. Plug your truck in and take a break and hope no one unplugs your truck while you're sleeping. I don't think you can. Usually there's something inside that they'll have to do to unplug it, I think. You have to tell it to stop. Joe Ritchie, hello from Holland Enterprises in Mapleton, North Dakota. Hello from Holland Enterprises, Mapleton, North Dakota. How about that? You can get APU, Epic View, an XM, and a fridge. And a long haul there. Because, everybody's got to eat. That's what I say, right? Holland Enterprises. What's going on over there? I've been to the TA in Lake Station, certainly. Sure, been to the TA. Why, what's happening up there? Are they putting in the electric charging there too? Yikes. I hope not. Let's get another cat that's ready to eat, as usual. Well, that's the only time they're up, when they're doing that. Did I drive a Mack Anthem? No. I haven't had a Mack in a long time. Long time. Trucking Wizard, haven't been to Lafayette. I'm with Martin. Joanne loads come out of Hudson, Ohio. J. Rail, Martin, Schneider, and Landier all haul out of there. So they might have that area out of India. Oh, well, sorry. I mean, if you ever get up here, let me know. I'll come over to Joanne. It's over at the mall, by the mall. The split sleeper feature in Geotab is not super intuitive, and it's a bit of a headache. I'm working with try to improve it. Yeah, hopefully. Yeah, look, all that should be driver available, I think. I have an AT&T prepaid, so I'm not sure about international phone service, Joan Ark. Yeah, you might just have to shut your phone off down there or buy some kind of prepaid thing down there. It's just you just have to be careful on doing an international call from there. It gets really expensive. The Real Big John Trucking, it seems like the stars have aligned, and I'm going to be buying a truck next week for a song and dance. I'm still shocked. That's great. Get that thing on the road, and let me know how it goes. Alexander, I'm not headed to Mexico. I'm not fond of dealing with U.S. Customs. Those guys are not great. You're going to just talk to them on the way out of there, right? Are you an American citizen? Because nobody ever steals your fuel or shuts your reefer off. You're really worried about someone unplugging. Well, do people still do that? It'd be harder to steal fuel because of the little thing in there. I don't know about shutting off a reefer. It would be worse to be changing the temperature on it. I think that'd be actually worse. Because the person in the truck then wouldn't even notice. Oh, great, Mark. Why is it impossible for me to drive past the truck stop in Boise without stopping? 25,000. We got to support places like that are not, these mega truck stops too. Go in there and, show them some money love. Dope law. If I was buying a used Ford, what mileage would you go for? Low. 39,000. What price? High. I'm a first time buying a car ever. How much would you put down on it? None. I've never put a dime down on a car my whole life. So I'm one of those people that says, I'm not giving you any money. I just don't do it on a car. So, and they believe me, they always want money. And if you tell them you won't put any money down, somehow they figure out to get you the car without money. Isn't that pretty awesome? Will autonomous trucks affect hazmat tanker drivers? ISH Dolo. No. Because I think it's going to be a long time, way longer, beyond your career probably, before they figure out how an autonomous truck and a hazmat can go together. It's going to be hard enough convincing the public for somebody hauling, paper towels around, much less some kind of hazmat thing in a truck that's driving itself. Oh my gosh. That is going to be a long time for that. You've got it made on your career for that. They're just figuring out how to get paper towels delivered around, really. The used car, look, buy the best car you can and get a warranty. Unless you have money to fix a car, get a warranty. So on a used Ford car, go get a Ford certified warranty. That way it's 7-year, 100,000 powertrain on it, 12 bumper to bumper. So on that, go get a certified used car, the best car you can get for the money. Look around. Go on Auto Trader and look around. Drive 100 miles to go get a car, really, and get a higher level car. Don't get a base car. People can say whatever they want. The nicer car, there's more stuff inside. It's just nicer to drive. You're cranking those windows thinking, dang it, I wish I'd have spent another $6 a month and had a nice car. So believe me, a little bit of money, $50 a month, you can go make $50 a month like nothing. So believe me, go get a nice car with a warranty and enjoy it. And make the next car a new car. I have to confess, Mark, I've lived in the past. I watched a documentary on YouTube on CFI. I love the company of the pros of driving for them. I cry in those videos. Yeah, a lot of these old companies, some of them go by the wayside and they just change around. But yeah, absolutely. K&B is based in Sioux City, Iowa. All right, I was close. Northwest, that's like Northwest Iowa. Yeah, K and B. There are too many complaints to me about it, and online, too many, and they're constant. It isn't like one person. It's constant, and it's day, month after month, after day. It's constant. So I know that their policies are not changing. I hope these vehicle charging stations are faster than how long it takes me to charge my cell phone. Well, the faster you charge the truck, the hotter the batteries get. So they got a problem. That's a problem. And these gigantic batteries, Tesla, Musk said that the batteries will be 4 times the size of a car battery. So you're looking at 400 kilowatt battery in that thing. Holy mackerel. You know the power you'd have to shove into that thing to charge it in reasonable amount of time, 30 minutes even? Oh my gosh. They'd be so hot. They'd be glowing hot. You'd hear them. Joan Arc, who do you work for? Well, it's good that I don't get asked that very often, which is good. But for people that don't know, I'm here every week at 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. And I don't really say who I work for. That keeps them out of your videos. I recommend people that are on social media or whatever not really mention their company. Keeps them out of the video. They don't get a say in what you say. And I also don't recruit for them. Even though you probably could, I'm not going to. If you like your company, look, go ahead and recruit for them. But I'm not doing it. It keeps everything on the up and up, I think. So that's how we do it here. Kelly Patterson, the way station on 84 outside of Portland, did that to me. Switched from closed to open as I passed it. I caught it, though, and pulled in. I'll tell you, this is my policy. If I look at the sign and it says closed, I go past. I don't re-look at the sign. So I don't know if they would chase you. I've never been chased for that. Sometimes you'll see it flip over, whatever. But when I looked at it, it was closed. So... But there could be a time when you drive past it and then he flips the sign and the person thinks that you went past an open sign. Well, the only way to prove that would be a camera that's been running the whole time. The Samsara or whatever up in the windshield isn't going to work. It's just not going to work. If you wear it, you make it a parrot. You should always look. If you're going to wear something on your head, why not a parrot? Especially if it gets warmer. We don't have to wear a hat. We could wear a parrot. And if you get the dual-eared parrot, you could wear that in the wintertime outside the truck. Absolutely. There's another story again this week of people being busted for holding their cell phones. 84 more people in Georgia pulled over. What is going on? I mean, this week after week. They must just sit there and think, man, we are going to eat good at the police station. They have like Bentley police cars and stuff. Consider how many people are being pulled over. This is all avoidable, easily avoidable. K&B is aggressive with marketing for drivers. Yeah, and what does that say to us? That's considering the pay is really good. $13.50 guarantee weekly is not bad. Okay, you're going to make in the mid-60s at least, even if they didn't give you anything to do. I don't think that's bad. It's not that it's in my business, but there are only 24 likes on the live feed. Al Johnson, I appreciate that, right? 26 now. Got to write it out for now. Contact in. All right, Sheldon. Well, let me know how it goes. Keep us informed. Write to me. Are you making any money? What's happening? Are you in 4 digits? Let's say that. They had a St. Michael's Fabric in Evansville. I assume it's still there. Oh, okay, fine. Maybe it's like Joanne Fabrics. Maybe that's her brother. K&B keeps calling me. Once you call one of these aggressive marketers like K&B, you are forever on their list. And some of them sell their list to other companies. So... Natural gas reefer? Oh, Marty, maybe. There's no reason you couldn't do that. I drive for DKRM. Oh, who is that? Your jammer. Even when my Samsara video was enlarged to try to read the guy's license plate, it was only a blur. It was easy to see he was brake checking me. He was caught. He shot at other trucks. Well, I'm glad you didn't get shot. Holy mackerel. So maybe a 4K camera wouldn't be a bad idea. Colin drives for Western Express. All right. Making well over 110. Love it. That's a super surprise because the place I get, the most riding from probably is Western or close to Western when people get there. I'm surprised that they have that many teams there. Well, what are teams paying? At Western. Well, for Express. What's a team pay on how much experience do you have? So, if they're making 110 a person a year, electric charging in the truck parking, the really? Go up. If you're next time you're there, go up to it. What's the rate of charge on it? And what kind of charger does it have? Is it a CSS charger? Is it CHAdeMO charger like a Nissan Leaf? It should say on it what kind of charger it is. If you don't know the different chargers, I'd like to know what kind of plug it has and how fast it charges. Oh, I'm going to look that up too. Let me write that down. I'm all for the technology, by the way. I just think it's a long way off. Yeah, I'd like to see what they have to say about that. And is it free? Sometimes that's free. That wouldn't be a bad deal. Of course, free means taxpayers. Colorado Western distributing went up to 42 cents since your video. That's great. Videos are time sensitive, of course. So 42 cents. They used to want 3 years of experience at Western. Their claim to fame at Western, this is not Western Express, this is Western, and they're out of Colorado, are their trucks. They are the nicest trucks on the road, almost. I mean, there are other nice trucks. They get awards for their trucks. Driver-friendly trucks. You get to pick out features of your truck after you've been there a little while. The trucks are super nice. Long hoods, just the way drivers like them. 18 speeds in a lot of them. 13 speeds, big horsepower. But you're down 20 cents. You're down 15 cents easily from what you could make in the industry. You're basically paying for the truck. Not worth it. It's so much difference in pay that it's just not worth it. But drivers stay for that truck. I'm always surprised at that. I mean, would you rather make 42 cents in a W900L with an 18 speed and 550 horsepower, or 57 cents running an automatic Cascadia around at 450 horsepower? That's the thing of it. Fleet Nav marked by split sleeper driver available if your company has it set up that way. Sounds like they don't have it set up. Right, exactly. Trying to get Geotab to add more for drivers. It should be, what I think all these logs should do, is that if you're doing the log legally, it should let you log it legally. So for like me, if I split the sleeper, then I can't do a 16-hour day. I can't do a local driver exemption. It would just not allow that exemption at some later time until it's available again. That's all it should do. I shouldn't have to go in and change it, and they don't allow you here because they think all the drivers are stupid. So I don't get to use the split sleeper if I would have needed it when I had a sleeper. I just don't like that way. Let me log legal and let the thing, keep track of it. We both do 110 in a new truck. Both of us have clean records. Yeah, I'm just saying, how much experience do you have and what do they give you a mile? Joe Nark, Mexican phone company USA Cell is owned by AT&T. Oh, well, it might work then. Ferris truck stop is closing. Dang it, Bueller. 74 cents with 6,000 a week. Lots of FedEx runs. I'd like to see. That's certainly not what they advertise. 74 cents. All right, I will tell you. I'll be honest with you about that, Colin. I'm not saying you're lying about it. I'm saying if they have that much money there, they should advertise it. That is nowhere near what they talk about at their place. Stop giving ideas to those other drivers that don't like a company or driver. I would never thought about changing the temp on a reefer. Believe me, nefarious people have these ideas already. I never would consider it, but other people, if you would turn it off, you would change it too, I guess. But yeah, don't do that to anybody. Some people, that's why every time you get in the truck, you do a tug test on the trailer, because you never know if somebody's pulled that pin either while you're sleeping or while you're inside. Every time you move that truck, it gets a tug test. Every time. No time to even have a car. Yeah, sell that car. Look, if you're gone all that time, sell a car and rent a car when you come home. Although if you saw this, there's no rental cars. Turns out during the pandemic, a lot of the rental car companies sold their cars. Now rental cars are super expensive. $300 a day for a compact. Love it. I may put my car on a Turo for that money. Be nice to get $300 a day out of the Sonic. I thought about CR England and US Express when leaving Werner. They ran the Dollar General, DC in Zanesville. I always recommend new drivers for Dollar General for the first year. Makes great at backing and the money's good. Yeah, look, these kind of small things, I contribute a lot of my relatively good backing, I guess, to starting out as a local driver in Chicago. So first day, here's 20 stops or whatever local in Chicago. Well, you get really good at backing when you have to do it. I think some of the backing problems people have over time is, when they're the trainer can help you or whatever. If you don't have somebody with you, you have to get backed in yourself. So doing is better than being told to do or being shown to do. It's in the doing that is in the good. I heard ShipX is good. Yeah, they I just got an email from them the other day that a lot of their pay has changed, so they're going to get another video here pretty soon. I have always liked ShipX for their salary deal, absolutely. And they're unique looking trucks. John's not me. I'll crank a window like mad if it saves $3,000. Not me. When I buy a car, I need air. Look, I want this. Even look, when I was 20 or something, 21, that's one thing, but now I'm getting power windows in a car. All right. I'm not, the lower level car I'm not getting. I'm going to have a car with the stuff in it. I want the stuff. I want the stuff, not for other people. Some people they'll buy a Rolls Royce or something to impress other people. I just have normal cars, but the inside it has all this stuff in it for me, so that when I get in, it's comfortable. The seat, you up level the car, you get nicer seats. Like you up level the Escape, it has sound screen glass all the way around it. It's quieter. It gets 6 pounds more of insulation in it than the SE, right? All these extra things contribute to a more comfortable driving car. So people think like there's nothing to getting the higher level car. There's a lot to getting the higher level car. A lot of it that you don't see. The carpeting, and they show it in there, the carpet is thicker in it, and that makes it quieter. It's not so your feet can sit in it, it's so the car's quiet. You press a button and everything works on it. So that's why I think you get a higher level car. For yourself, it's a better driving experience. And, although my 13 Focus had crank windows in the back, only the fronts were power. I've never seen a car like that. The fronts were power and the backs were crank. But nobody sat in the back, so I didn't care. But the back windows were crank. I'm like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. How much does Ford save on that? It's $3 or something? So I don't have to put 2 more buttons in the front? Have you heard from Dread Private Trucker? He's been really quiet. No, I don't hear much from him anyway. He has a few videos and then he disappears for a while. And then he'll do a 7-hour live show and then he disappears. So I actually don't know what happened to him, to be honest with you. Joe Ritchie, ShipX is a decent company if you like salary at $1,200 a week, and they have dispatchers call if you don't have more than 600 miles a day. That would stink. It would be like, well, you're the one that dispatches me, so hey, no way. I mean, Consolidated Freight was a cab over Freightliners. Yeah, CF, exactly. Those they had day cab overs. Remember those? Use a seal guard whenever possible. I don't understand taking those little things out of there. Buy a Honda. I buy cars from union plants, generally, plants that are run by a union. So the people in the plant are getting a decent pay and have some say in their own pay. The Ford plant in Louisville makes the Escape, and the plant in Michigan, I forget that, the Orion, Michigan plant made the Sonic. It's the smallest car made at a union plant in the United States. Represented by UAW workers. George Costanza, thank you very much. Goodness, is there anything better than dropping Oreos in a glass of milk? Such a great snack on a hot day, makes life worth it. Tip your host for a cat break. Yes, I appreciate that. Oreos, right, they couldn't be any better than they are. Let's see. Oh, wow, this cat. Always like a tortoiseshell. Remember my tortie. They're talkers. Where did I, let's see. Oh, let's see. I'm right here. I did DG Flex at Werner for 3 months. Was not the right fit, but you're right about the backing. Al Johns. Yeah, I think so. Look, if you got to do it, you have to get in there. You're backing in off of Western Avenue in Chicago. You just got out of truck school Friday, and it's Monday morning. Awesome. Right, so you'd learn fast that way because you don't have any choice. They switched to close on the open in Colorado last night. I think they sent us some. See, I don't like them doing that. They should have to wait until there's nobody there. How much you paying a car note? Note, nice, on south. Just love Geico? Of course, Geico. I'm trying to get a car for under 15, but it might have to go a little under 20. We're in the 5s here for the Escape. The Sonic's paid for. But like I said, the wife always keeps a new car. And the Escape was $40,000, so... I mean, they're expensive, but it's worth it. And, to get the quietness, to get all these extra things that people don't think, oh, you're just getting heated seats. No, you get this extra insulation, you get thicker carpet, you get sound screen glass. There's a lot of things that people don't see that you get that they don't think about until later, because then people are like, oh, my car's so loud, it's droning. Yeah, because you bought a base car, So, I mean, that stuff matters. It's the unseen stuff, the xenon lights and all that matters. Try to get a car, the best car you can get for the money, and stretch it to get a nicer car. You won't regret it. Want to have a good time? Give birds Alka-Seltzer. Let's not do that, okay? We don't want PETA, and that's just not good. I don't drive a CMV for less than $80,000 a year. That's all I'm saying is if they paid 74 cents a mile, they should advertise it. Didn't KB just put the pay to $15.25 if you stay out 8 weeks and go home for 10 days? I didn't see that part. There's what I just heard just now was 61 cents for 60 days. I didn't know it was also $15.25 a week guarantee for road warriors. Well, look, that is nothing to sneeze at, right? That's good money. If they would leave people alone, that they'd get a lot of people to do it. Companies, though, are always putting out money as some kind of driver incentive, and it should be treatment. You're treated better. That's how Variant is actually trying to market themselves. Their ads are talking about, look, we do what we say. We'll get you home when we say, all this kind of stuff. They're going the other route, and I think that's a better way to go, really, as long as they actually do what they say. I did the DG Flex at Werner for 3 months on my way home from Corydon today with 2 oversized loads. Saw 2 oversized loads. They had traffic stopped. The lead truck clipped a wire. What are all these extra vehicles for? Truck with diabetes is here today. Hey, everyone. Hey, what's going on? That's a channel everybody should certainly check out for sure. Getting a level 1. Sweet. Hopefully they pay you for that. Some companies do. Misty, I need a good dash cam. Had too many close calls with the White Hood Mafia, no doubt. Good morning. And look, I like that Acaso. You should check Amazon or Best Buy or whatever. I like it. The Trace one, but I don't know if it's still available, to be honest with you. I would buy another one from that brand. I certainly would. PM me. I could prove my pay stubs. Highest check was $25.90. Look, not saying you're lying. I'm saying I don't know why Western wouldn't advertise that in their ads. I've seen 27 cents advertised for them. So Tyson keeps doing stupid things. So drivers always park POVs in the spots for years. I got here today and they have the mark for new applicants. Nice. Well, because this is the other problem with companies. They don't care about people once you're there. They have these big sign-up bonuses. What about the drivers that are there? Oh, nothing. You're already here. They don't care about you. You're already there. They just forget about the people that are there. And they only care about getting new people. Your shirt matches your truck. Nice. I'm not going to take a significantly lower pay rate to drive a so-called real truck. I know. 42 cents? No way. No way. Is that worth it? Even though you get a hood. But I'll tell you, they have drivers that stay at that place for years. And they are being cut at least a dime. I'd say at least that's 10 grand a year. Probably more they could get once you get experience. But they're losing a dime. That's 10 grand. You stay there for 10, 12 years. You pay for the truck, yourself. 15 years you bought them another new truck. Ridiculous. That money you could have saved yourself and bought a truck. I'm off today. Al John's nice. Mowing my 2.5 acres with a riding lawnmower and hanging out with my chickens. Just enjoying the sun and free vitamin D. Chickens. Real chickens? Donald Ramsey, you ever get to speak or interview Dan Baker? Love that guy. Who's Dan Baker? Good morning, Misty Rabka. Marty Seymour, Lincoln Town Car, 92,000. That's my kind of car if everything works on it. That's correct, right. The miles bother me a little bit. Early today, no. 3 years here. My co-driver now had 3 months. Are you training there or are you both together? What's the story? Because I do know trainers at these companies do pretty good. I would not drive a W900 for 42 cent pay, even if it has 550 horsepower and 18 speeds and a lot of gauges. They show pictures in their trucks. There are a lot of gauges. Like, how about forward axle temperature, front axle? That's worth it right there. Know your axle temperatures? Mark, I'll reach out to you about that. I can get your suggestion heard by the right people. All right, Mr. Geotab can listen to me. Hey, I just think drivers, if you're logging legal, the log should log it legal. And then, so if because you do this split sleeper, I then can't do a 16-hour a day, then it just eliminates that until it's available. That's how that should really log, not make me change stuff in the background or whatever. Holy mackerel. The good companies do not have to advertise for drivers. We, the drivers, recruit for them, the midlife trucker. Yeah, the best recruiters are your own drivers. I don't know why companies don't do that. There are some companies that are good at this, but most companies never do anything with the drivers other than saying, oh, we'll give you some money if you recruit for us. They should have the drivers doing their recruiting, stuff like that, but they don't. A lot of places don't, and they should. Even though they still advertise. Look, everybody knows what a Coca-Cola is, but they advertise. McDonald's run ads, so every place has to advertise. My Verizon phone works in Nicaragua. Jason, $10 a day works just like it does here. All right. That's so you just pay a little bit extra and it'll work in Nicaragua wherever there's signal. That's pretty awesome. Does it work in the humidity? I mean, that's 80% is brutal at 97 degrees. But I guess the good thing, it's not going to snow down there. Got to head out here shortly. Have a great week and stay safe on the road, everybody. Fleet Nav Systems. All right. Well, thanks for that. And thank you for being here. Shipback is good for firing drivers after 6 months. Why are they firing drivers after 6 months there? Just finished my delivery. Heading back to the yard to get my next load. Maybe my Samsara can coach me. If you speed, it might, depending on what they have it set for. And I would love, you should record it. It should be like a ethereal voice that comes out or something like that. Oh, you're going too fast. Slow down. And never trust anyone who hooks up your trailer for you. I dropped a trailer at the Loves after switching out. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They did that when I worked at Regal Flatbed. You could go to Chicago and they had people that would tarp your trailers. It was actually students, because I remember doing that when I started there. So you'd go up there and load loads and tarp the trailers for road drivers. And the road driver supposedly could come in and switch, drop and hook. No way. There's no way I'm picking up a load that somebody else strapped and tarped and chained. How do I know if they did it? She'd have to untarp the whole thing and look at it, make sure everything is good. You just have to do that. So I would always, eventually I asked them, I was like, guys don't have to do my loads. I got to look at them anyways. They fire groups of 50 at a time. Really? Is that a true story? What company would do that? Did they already switch to Samsara? Oh, that's the cat crunching food. Backing is totally a learned skill. Want us to practice and practice. I totally agree. I think you get better at it, though, when you have to do it rather than when somebody is there that you can look to and say, am I doing this right? Or, they're going to coach me on it or whatever. Just jump right in, kind of like swimming. They'll fire a driver who cannot make 11,000 miles a week, presumably a month. So you're probably stuck in a 3 to 5 year contract. Yeah, that's how they get you, right? Hey, it's low price, but you have to be with us for 5 years. Joe Ritchie. If you're getting 11,000 miles a week, nobody would quit, right? That's a pretty good week. Same policy at the manhole. Always do a tug test. That's printed right over the door when you walk in. And remember, you only get to come in the back. No entrance in the front at the manhole, but absolutely my Sonic had rich Corinthian leather, Columbia George. My Sonic has leather seats. They're pretty nice. Has a leather steering wheel. It's not Corinthian leather. We had a Cordoba years ago. I did have a 78 Cordoba with a 318 lean bird and rich Corinthian leather, by the way. Power seat, too. Trucking with Diabetes, top of the day, Cash is King. Yes, 2 great channels, 1 great host. My King Ranch 150, like night and day compared to my older XLT Jason. Exactly right. King Ranch, it got all the nice stuff in it, right? But it's not just that. It's quieter. It rides better and everything because they put all this extra stuff in it, stuff that people don't realize. It isn't just to get a nice seat or whatever. The seats are way better too. Way better. Cash is King Trucking, great show. Don't just stand there like a post. Tip your host. That's me practicing my Jesse Jackson impersonation. That was very good. And since you got to meet him last week, that's good. And thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's good. Is he still up in town there? Sonic plant gets half union scale. Honda pays better. I don't know about that. If they did, then they should fire their UAW hosts up there. What's your opinion on companies that say they're employee-owned? Does that make a difference? Cash King Trucking out? No. It doesn't seem to. A TMC is employee-owned. It just means that it's employee-owned. I mean, they just get to put it out there, right, as ads, right? It doesn't seem to make any other difference. Geeks Trucking, good afternoon, Mark. Good afternoon. Cash is King Trucking, your YouTube thumbnails crack me up. I know. I'm wondering who makes these thumbnails. That is pretty awesome. Do you make those? Honestly, they're very good. Yeah, all that means is employees carry stock options. Exactly. Would not look at a truck for less than $2,500 a week. Exactly. For you, right. Where you live, that's just that's a half. $2,500 is half a mortgage payment out there in the Northeast. Thanks, Mark. I'm going to Avis Ford. Looking to get a great car. Are they rental cars? I wanted to save a lot of money, but since you spent $40, I feel a little better. Yeah, look, throw some money down on a nice car. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that because of the stuff that you get on the back of it. Yeah, you get all the power stuff, but the car's nicer too. Just drop some cash there. And I will say I got the Sonic 1 year old as a rental car. It had been a rental car, and no problem. So it had a few problems that it got fixed under warranty. It's had its catalytic converter replaced and its thermostat, which was like $800. It's a huge electronic piece that comes out. It's electronically controlled, and a water pump out on it, all under warranty. And it has had no out of warranty problems. Valerie Peterman, they all had the truck. They had all the trucking is going up 10% in the world news. So a lot of companies are giving a raise because that also, but everything's going up 10%. And so ask for a raise. You should always ask for a raise, but yeah, but that's not the way to get a driver. I don't think so. I mean, I don't make as much as almost everybody on here probably, but I like working, my schedule and the shorter hours. That's what I want, so that I can enjoy time with people rather than time at work. Because I really do think, I didn't put that quote on there, I do think that's the most important, more important than anything, right? We don't know how much time we have left. Spend it with people. I was going to put $2,000 down and hopefully get $300 note. All right, Dope Law. If you want to put money down, you can. I don't do it. I let them take that risk. So I don't put any money down on a car. When you pay for tarping, is that putting a tarp on and taking a tarp off? Yeah. Companies that pay to tarp, usually it's a split. Although I don't know. We do have a driver on here from Mountain. Is it 100 each way or is it 50 on and 50 off? Usually they'll say 100 for tarp, but it's 50 on and 50 off. So, but a lot of places pay that now. I didn't used to get that. They didn't pay you. Dan Baker's a national speaker and consultant to the trucking industry. You remind me of him, Donald Ramsey. Oh, well, that's probably why I haven't talked to him. He's some national speaker / consultant. So he's like, oh, that goofball? No. So, no, I don't know who that is, though. Generally, half the total pay for putting it on and half for taking it off. That way you split it the load, you pick up one that isn't tarp, the other driver gets half. Okay, so 100 is 50 and 50. Why don't companies install backup cameras on their trailers? Well, doggies, I don't know. You could see it if somebody walked up or something fell behind, the driver had already checked. That would actually be a safety device. Well, they don't like to do actual safety devices because they cost money. They like to do just a device that seems to save them money. But right, the camera could be somewhere hooked into the, license plate light system to power it. So when the trailer gets power, it's powered, and it would Wi-Fi up to the truck. There's no reason it couldn't work. I don't know why they don't do it. Driver Appreciation Week is just an excuse to spoil the office staff with barbecue and food. George Stanton, you are so right. Want to show drivers some appreciation? Nothing says like a Visa prepaid gift card. I know, I've told them that. Here, too, they do the same thing here. They'll have a cookout during the day. It'll be like, come in 11 to 1 or whatever and get hamburgers. And I'm like, I start much later than that. Oh, we'll drive over here. I'm like, I'm not driving over there to get a hot dog from you weirdos. Why don't you have something when I come in? If you appreciated what I do, stay when all the drivers, because we run day and night. There should be somebody there all the time. It would really be great if they were out there cooking at 2 a.m. Hey, here you are. We're cooking out day and night for you. That would really say something. I said, look, give Visa gas cards. I've said that too. Go to Speedway or BP or something and get gas cards. Everybody drives into work. Everybody needs gas for their car. Give them a gas card. Oh, well, we can't give everybody gas cards. We're just going to buy hot dogs. This is ridiculous. But I totally agree. It's daytime only. Geeks Trucking. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate it. And Jerry Vidas. I appreciate it. I'm glad to see you back on here. Thank you very much for that. Let's see, where did I go off to? I'm starting my own company, Geeks Trucking. I'd like to talk to you about it, to do right by drivers. All right, I'm in. Super pink moon tonight. What does that mean? What is a super pink moon? What is that? What exactly does that mean? My Samsara dash cam doesn't have audio and doesn't make any kind of noises. The safety guy told me it holds 41 hours of video. Yeah, right. It records all the time, holds a bunch of video. It doesn't record audio, they say. And they can have that audio turned on or off. All that stuff is, company, doable. So maybe yours doesn't talk to you or whatever. They could do it. Maybe they don't want to. And it holds a bunch of video. That's correct. Mm-hmm. And they can go back and look, back through those days of video and see what was happening. Absolutely. Let the trainer show advice a couple times. After that, it should be repetition to get better. Absolutely. I mean, I was happy with my truck school that they did that. At truck school, there on I-94, half the day until lunch, one group was on the road and one group was in the backing yard, and you backed up. That's all you did. They pulled up, backed up, pulled up, backed up. That's all we did for like the second week of school. That was all day. So then after lunch, you switched. Then those people went on the road, and the people came in and backed up. So I think that helped. But I think just getting thrown into it is a good way to do it. Reported Colin for commercial spam. Nice. Tighten all the bolts in the high-end cars. Yeah, they're tighter this way, right? Look, you get different color choices. There's a lot to say for getting the next whatever. If you can't afford, if you want a certain car, like you want an Edge titanium and can't afford it, get an Escape titanium. Move down one model car rather than moving to an Edge SE or whatever. Move one smaller car and get all the high-end options on it. Andrew Miller from Belgium, Wisconsin today. Oh, I thought we were going to be another country where I could put a thumbtack. What's going on in Wisconsin today? No whiteouts like last week. Oh, my gosh. George Costenza Milton has leather seats. Nice. I never thought leather was a big deal in a truck till I sat in one. I'll never go back to cloth. Leather's a major creature comfort and the pet policy. That's correct. That's another reason to get leather in your car. They're nice and soft. Get that leather conditioner in there, and the seat stays soft. Yeah, it's pretty nice, isn't it? That makes driving better. And look, just that kind of thing. They spend a little bit on each truck, and you are happier and more comfortable, which is safer. So absolutely. That's the kind of stuff they could do. And give a gas card. Who wouldn't like a card to the local gas station, whatever's around the terminal, so they know you're driving your car there? How about handing out $20 gift cards there? Hey, everybody go fill your car up today on us. Employee owned, that's a joke, basically. It's just for advertising. Good afternoon, Mark from Neota, Tennessee. I'm about to enjoy one of those fine P-Lot roller wieners. They're the best. UAW negotiated lower rates for Sonic Assembly to get the car assembled in the USA. Is that really true? Well, they're still UAW members, so we'll say that. But the car is made here in the United States. I think it's canceled. I think they just canceled it, though. It lasted way longer than it probably should have. They sold like 8,000 of them last year. Do some companies still program trucks to shut off after 5 minutes? No, my company is 3 minutes. So, yeah, a lot of companies do that. My truck is 3 minutes. Basically, as soon as you stop and hit the brakes, the thing comes up on the dashboard. 180 seconds to shut off. So, absolutely. Kelterus who travels, Coparts.com. Cheap cars if you're mechanically inclined. These are going to be, but Coparts, these are going to be salvage title cars or whatever. I never recommend that. Oh my gosh, I want people to go buy a brand new car. I'm not getting certainly, if it's a salvage or other title, no way. Dan Romanov, Crap Company of the Week. Oh, so the memories are there for that. Sarah blows. The voice is a 45-year-old Pall Mall smoking female. Oh, you can't switch it like Google Maps. I have a female English voice at Google Maps. It just seems so right, like school marmish, like so that's because you can switch all the voices in there and stuff. So yeah. Cash King Trucking. I saw the back of a Newsbound trailer earlier. They were bragging about being employee owned. Yeah, these companies all brag about it. But go in there, if anybody that's working at a company that says they're employee owned, other than an owner operator, I guess, go in the company and tell them you're about to change some policies at your company and see how far that gets you. You shouldn't be able to be fired if you own the place. Tommy Cash, thank you very much. When did JB Hunt start running straight jobs? Maybe I just never noticed them. It stood out because it was actually going the speed limit. Yes, they have straight trucks. JB Hunt is getting into the final mile industry. And they're actually advertising, I've seen some of their ads, for drivers to do home installs of appliances. That's correct. So if you're interested in going into people's homes and installing stoves, refrigerators, that kind of stuff, JB Hunt may be the place for you. Now, those jobs are home every day, so there's something to that. But you're basically going to be the home install person. Yep. Are you ready for that? What do you know about the USPS tractor trailer jobs? Do you get good reviews on them? I've never heard anybody write to me that actually worked for the post office. There are people that haul the mail, like for 10 Roads and all these other companies, but I've never talked to anyone that actually worked for the post office. So I would think it's probably a good job. It's a government job. You'd certainly get good benefits from it. So, but I've never talked to anybody about it. You can't find anything out about it. Alexander, clean inspection. There's your $100. Not bad. Worth it. And, of course, your truck passed. Beautiful. Al Johns, Pinhead Middle Management, Suck Up Appreciation Day, not Trucker Appreciation Day. Yeah, because they're out there and they get all the food too. They eat first. And then they give you the old charred up hamburgers when you come in. I think for that they should have people out there the whole time that there are drivers out there. Or just give people a gift card or something. Or do nothing. It would be even better. I'd rather they did that than anything else. Because then at least we have an understanding. Valerie Peterman, each month is referred to a name. They just call it pink because this is when pink flowers bloom on the trees. It's a supermoon. Oh, really? That's pretty good. I have no idea why that pink moon means. Just saw it on the Weather Channel. All right. So I'll be looking for a gigantic moon tonight. Western Express pays $40 to put the tarp on and take it off when I was there. And that was the lease guys. That was the lease guys. So there you go. Cash King Trucking. So $40. Hey, it's better than I got. I used to get nothing. Celtic Rooster Travels, thank you for the wrench. I'll give myself the boot. I appreciate that. Boot yourself out. A bigger and brighter moon because it's closer to the earth. That's why I feel like I'm being pulled up to it. My trucking school consists of my dad sitting in the passenger seat of a a cab over a Freightliner with a 3-foot piece of garden hose that he hit me with. Wow. What year was this? 1930? Oh my God, a garden of wacko. In truck school, we had a cab over. White Road Commander. So they couldn't reach us. He would have had to have a garden hose, but they're probably not allowed to do that. They had installed a Johnny valve over there, a trolley valve for the trainer, the truck school instructor, so he could yank that valve and hit the trailer brakes before he killed somebody, which he did all the time. And then we'd come rolling out of the sleeper because it was a sleeper that you would just sit in, but there weren't chairs. You just were sitting in the sleeper. So when he hit the valve, we'd all roll forward, the three of us across the sleeper. Oh, good times. Employee owned Geeks Trucking. Done right would be a joke, but we work in the trucking industry. Yeah, employee owned, they don't try to go get your route and stuff changed. Tell them you're an owner here. And you just go sit in the office. Hey, I own this place. Jason Jefferson, I don't finance anything. I just save the amount of a car note till I get enough unless I get a 0%. They do give 0% pretty easily now. My arm still hurts 40 years later. That's pretty rough. Holy mac. And that because you're so far in a cab over, you could really get some, speed going on that house. Slim Shady, 95 Ford F-150, Eddie Bauer. Paid for. Very nice, though, but Eddie Bauer edition. See, still nice. I wish my GPS had Samuel Jackson voice on it. Doesn't Waze has some celebrities you can choose in there. If you get Waze, try that on your phone. There's some celebrities. Tony 5000, I'm great one. Estes is courting me. 68.5 cents. Wow. I'm weekly for only 34 hours. Hotel Nightly. Do you know anything about them other than their largest privately owned company? That's pretty good. 68 cents. But you're gone all week. Hotels, though, no parking problems. The post office starts at $30 an hour. Not bad. If you can get in, don't you have to take some kind of test or whatever? If they're hiring, we're taking the test. You can always turn them down at some point if you don't want to go there. What do you know about stocks and investing? Do you invest? No. No. I don't know about stocks or investing, to be honest with you. The distance to the moon never changes. The distance to the moon, it's not a complete circular orbit. The other seats will fry your tuchus down there. Well, no. They're nice and cool in there because you tint your car. So the leather seats, when you get to them, are nice and cool, right? The escapes all tinted up. And they stay pretty good. They do stay pretty good in there. And in the winter, you just preheat it. You just start the car, and it turns the seats on. When you get out there, they're already warm. So that's something to that, see? Do not pull out the yellow brake valve. Just pull out red one. Tractor will not shut off. I tried that. Believe me, George Wilson, I've tried all those things. Put something on the pedal, pull out one valve. They've got it down. It still turns itself off. It's turned itself off at railroad tracks. In gear, which I find to be unsafe. Full moon night at the manhole. Oh, that's pink night there, right? Dope Law, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Goodness, I drive a 19-year-old plain Jane Dodge pickup truck. Well, you always like pickup trucks, so you even get them as rentals. I don't know about any tests I thought at the post office you had to take some kind of, you sign up and then you take a test or whatever. I think everybody has to do it. I don't think they charge for it, though. Not on the circle globe. We live on a flat earth. Oh, that's true. Well, then it would definitely, if it never moves, I guess, it would always be the same distance. I guess that's true, right? Tyson plants throw good driver appreciation barbecues. All you can eat at some of them. Well, they got all the chicken there. Did you? Oh my gosh, is it like Red Lobster? Do you get to, if you're at the Tyson plant, do you get to go in and pick your chicken? You know, I'll take that one, and they go grab it, and then they go, we'll be ready in a few minutes, and then out they come with a rotisserie. That would be something. Always, if you wear it, make it a parrot, naturally. From beginning of show, sign, no shirt, no shoes, no service, other clothing optional. That's exactly correct. Now you see how it works. And that is actually how it works. Although, that's been like a trade secret of the show. Well, only the cat knows it because, she's shorter when she walks by to go get some crunchers or whatever she's doing. Oh, that road, that accident in Texas. Remember that on I-35 in February? That was icy road. There were a bunch of people, 6 people killed, 100 vehicles or whatever. They've done an investigation and found out that the roads are icy. This is the money that you pay in your tax money. Oh, we did an investigation and the road has not been treated and it was icy that day. Oh, really? Is that why all the vehicles slid? They made a whole article about this. So it turns out they treated the road like 2 days before it got cold out. Yeah, great. Taxpayer investigation. Michael Christopher, same concept goes for semis. I want to load a Volvo 860 automatic with an EPU. That'd be pretty nice. I'd rather have an APU just because the EPU won't last 34 hours. Al John's, my cat Delilah got ran over. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'm not sure what their name is. Let's see. I'm sorry about that. Is it this cat? I don't have the names here, I don't think, here. Not that one. Not there. I'm going to find it here. That's not that one. Is it this Torty? I don't think so. It's this one. Did I get it right? I'm not sure if I got it. Maybe I don't have it on there. My Volvo, if you turn the cruise control and hit the resume cancel 6 times, it'll eliminate the auto shutdown. Oh my gosh. Turn on the cruise and hit resume cancel. A good voice would be D.I. Gunny. Oh yeah, that'd be great. Right. Sergeant Hartman, that'd be a good one. She was the tortie with the half gold face. Yeah, so this one. All right. That one right there. Half gold face. Oh. I see because of the geoengineered storm sent text who's responsible for that they should be charged with murder. I don't know about that. The reviews on, right, there's some lawyers that are worried about it. The reviews on Google says it's all about Cisco in Lincoln, Nebraska. Oh, no more rich Corinthian leather, now it's pleather. Depending on how high end of a car you get, yes. I do have Enigma here too, right. I'm going to have to put a whole list of ones cats that have no longer with us. Goodness. That's not great. The toughest days of my life there at the vet for that. Company cookouts are write-offs. Any money on cards aren't write-offs. Good excuse to spoil the office staff. Yeah, that's all it is. Because a few drivers come in at 1 p.m. or whatever, but most drivers are out driving. So they'll feed 3 drivers and then feed everybody in the office, which is only a few people also, and then wrap it up and go, hey, you missed our company cookout this year. Too bad. Crazy. That's Penelope. Had the seats in my new Kenworth upholstered in buffalo skin. Yikes. I wonder what the buffalo thinks about that. I may not have... I'll have to go get that. I'm looking for that other one. I guess I don't have that. Is it this one? No. All right. I will not get to that one there. Where did I go off to? All right, so I'm back over here. That's her. Okay, it was that one. All right. Yeah. We can't forget about Jay at Auto Transport Intel. No doubt. Nobody wants to forget about Jay. Jay's the man. Auto Transport Intel. He's live on Tuesdays, and he's live a lot during the week. That guy is all over the place. He is the head of automotive on YouTube, believe me. My mother works for the Postal Service. She said they did away with the test since 2019. Okay, so recently. All right, so good. No tests. Does she drive there? So if you're going to be a driver, look, I would apply if you want to work for the post office. I assume they're home every day doing those trucks and stuff. The thing is, if the person, or if it's you, if you're younger, I don't know how long you're going to work at the post office. Let me ask everybody, do you send a lot of mail? Okay, probably not. It's all junk mail. That's almost all I get. It's junk mail. I don't hardly ever send any mail for anything. And neither does anybody else. It's not, 1970 anymore. It turns out there's other ways to communicate with people. And so there's not as much mail sent. So I don't know if you'll have a job for your whole career, because it's like a career that's going down, We moved from a busy neighborhood near Memphis to the country. Never saw it coming. She was the best squirrel killer. Oh, that's awesome. I do think that people should keep their cats inside. It is the number one killer of cats. And the kitty rescue that I work with here will not adopt a cat to you unless you agree to keep the cat inside. I hope everybody honors what they say there, but just for that reason. But I am still sorry about that. For the cat, of course. And those are, for cat lovers anyway, those are harder days than others, certainly. It said fleets are hesitant to adopt advanced driver assistance systems like radar crews and all this because of the cost to fix them. Is this true? I mean, all the trucks coming in have this stuff on them, and everybody writing to me getting a new truck has all this stuff on it. Most trucks are getting all this stuff on it. I don't see fleets backing away from this. Fleets seem to love this kind of stuff. Maybe smaller fleets don't do it. But absolutely, these bigger fleets, yikes. Has anyone seen any blue sky lately? Yeah, it's nice here today. Top of the line, midlife trucker. Top of the line Yugo GVX had a rear window defroster to keep your hands warm when pushing it. I looked at a Yugo in the late 80s at a Buick dealer because it was a Buick Yugo dealer. I think it was Schleppel Buick in Hammond. They also had a Cadillac dealer. Almost got it. Picked one out with a radio. Ended up not getting it. But looked at a Yugo because I had a guy that had a Yugo. I knew him, and he's like, this is the greatest car ever. He drove it all over the place. So ended up not getting one. Any car you wanted was $99 a month on the lot, and I picked one with a radio in it. I still use the mail service. I write checks for my bills as well. Joan Arc. Yeah, see, that's the thing. You don't have to do that anymore. It's a lot easier to just click. Now, I don't have them auto pay. I don't like that. Not that I don't agree with it, but I don't like it. But when it bills due, I could just click, and pay it, and it's done. I don't have to send a bill in the mail or anything. So there's no bills that I send out anymore. And I think that's for a lot of people. Cloudy in Vegas. Oh, finally. Is it me or just does anybody else wonder if the drivers you see on the back of Dart trailers are still driving like a boss? Somebody asked somebody from Dart that once, and the Dart person's like, oh, those are all real drivers. They're actual people here. So, yeah, I guess apparently they're real drivers. Maybe less letters but more packages because of online shopping. Colin, maybe it would fill the trailers up because of packages. If they can't keep up with other companies that are doing that, because it's certainly not mail. The only mail I get is junk mail. It's usually about my car warranty and stuff like that. Hey, we've tried to reach you 50 times. We're sending us a letter. The only people that actually go into the post office are 70 years old or First Amendment auditors giving them a hard time. Yeah, somebody, I will say at Christmas time, we'll still send some Christmas cards, and I like to get unusual stamps. So I will go to the post office to get stamps, a book of stamps, and I'm the youngest person there, which says something. People in there are really old in the post office. Oh my gosh. Penelope won't go outside. She's an inside cat by her choice. Al Johnson, that's good. That's good for the cat. Plus, it's so humid in the summertime. Another good reason to stay inside just in general over there. U.S. service veterans automatically get extra points on tests at the post office. All right, that's even better. What's the best CB for a new driver? I think that, David, I think drivers, if you're going to install a CB, you should buy a good CB. Spend in the $100, $150 range for a good, I like Cobras, but get a name brand good CB, and you'll have it for many years. You'll be able to use it for many, many years. I had some of those, when I would install CB, I had some of those $39 Uniden CBs or whatever. They never lasted very long. And then I bought a Cobra, and it just lasted for years and years. So I have a 29 night watch with weather, NWWX. So that's the kind of CB you would want to get, and it will last you for many years without any issues. The cost to repair the sensors are expensive, and the Bendix systems is close to $6,000 if you hit a deer eddy. That's what they were saying, that the repairs are expensive to fix them. So what happens here at our shop is you go over there and the guys look at you like, oh, I don't know how to fix it. And so that's the end of it here. So they just buy them and just won't fix them at some point when they stop working. So, and presumably a deer strike would be insurance, unless I guess they would, that kind of stuff they might pay themselves. That's a good way to get your identity stolen. I don't do that, Joan Arc. Yeah, that's a problem to get your identity stolen that way. It could be, but when you pay like the cell phone bill, you just pay Star Pay or whatever. Do you want to use the same card? Yeah, and it's paid. So that's how we do it. That's how I do all the bills here. It's much easier. You can just click on it and pay it. So, poor kitty. I agree. I thought that was cute. I love the tortoiseshell cats, really. I believe the earliest that we will see saturation of autonomous trucks is 10 years. Oh my gosh, Donald, you will just get the beginnings of autonomous trucks in 10 years in the South. The beginnings. Saturation, 50 years. 25 years. It is a long way to get to the north. I checked that other storm because I commented to the wife. In 40 minutes, the sensor on the front, because I timed it when I left when it was snowing, 40 minutes it was covered. By the time I got past Lebanon, it was covered, and it stayed covered the rest of the way on my whole trip to the Natty and back. So the truck couldn't see anything. I had, the autonomous truck, this doesn't work, that doesn't work, because the sensor was covered. Now, when I got down there, I, of course, cleaned off the license plate so it could be read. I left the sensor covered because the company says, hey, don't do anything to safety equipment. So I conveniently left it covered for them. So isn't that great? It's a government office. The mail won't stop because the government hates you and loves wasting your tax dollars. Oh, that's true. But I just think it'll be less and less. They'll close smaller ones, consolidate. It'll still run. Yeah. Joan Arca Cobra. Yeah, I agree with Cobra. And get a better Cobra. Go in the low $100 range, and it'll be years. You'll keep the thing for years. They're made for the truck. It's the CB to get. Cody's or Death on Cats, I bet. Caleb is late. I'm sorry. Yes. Lou Dobbs is here. Oh, love you on PBS. Once the older generation dies off, the post office will go out of business. Yeah. Other than Christmas cards, right? When's the last time most of you sent out a considerable amount of mail? Maybe on vacation you send a postcard. Wish you were here. Good in Nicaragua. It's very humid. Maybe that's about it. But otherwise, no. It sounds silly, but there's a little hole in our heart. But surprised my wife with 2 new kittens. Al John, so okay, I'll get some pictures of those pretty soon, I hope. The USPS does a ginormous round of last mile. Lobbies have a long line. Oh, I bet. Yeah, maybe, with packages and stuff, because sometimes we'll get a package and it is the post office lady who comes here. I got a lady that comes here, same person all the time, and has a package. And they're better about giving you the package than UPS. I will say that. You get a package, she'll wait at the door for you to come out and get it. UPS, somebody rings the bell. By the time I get to the door, the truck's driving away. I'm like, thank you. The truck's like already gone. They're out of here. They just leave the stuff on your front porch or whatever. So the Hool is here. All right, welcome. I have a Cobra 19 bought in 1998 and still running. See, they last forever. You get a good CB and it lasts. Otherwise, every 2 years you're buying a $40 CB. It seems cheaper. It ends up not being cheaper. Big Huge Mike is here. Can't sleep. It's going to be a fun day. Oh, that's not good. Right. I don't know if you do this, but I try to maintain the same schedule on the weekends as well as during the week. If you're not running days, and you do the same thing every day, try to maintain that 7 days a week, and I think that helps for your sleep. I really do. When it comes to CBs, I'm a Galaxy fan myself. Yeah, that's like high end. I see that as like the next level CB, but those should also last. You're paying good money for it, but it'll last. Those $40 realistic CBs is just not going to cut it. 23 channels doesn't do it anymore, David, appreciate it. Thank you. Just trying to get together all the things I'm going to need as a new driver. CB and GPS were the hardest to figure out. Yeah, look, GPS, I'd do that before CB probably. It'd be more useful. If you're going to do one or the other, GPS. And look, if you're just starting, maybe then okay, get a $40 CB to start, because it's only going to last you a year or two probably, and by then you can work up to getting a better one. One that's going to last you for years. That might be another way to do it too. I think physical bank locations are more obsolete than the post office, Tommy. Oh, I know. When's the last time I've gone in the bank? Oh, that's been a long time too. Almost like the post office. There's really no need to go in the bank either. I like that handheld one you had for being at the shipper, Al Johns. I like that just because I'm not sure if I'm going to get the truck, even though I do get the same truck every day. And it's just convenient. Just plug it in, boom. Because I don't want to leave anything in the truck and have it stolen or whatever. The post office is privately owned. Do they put that on their trucks? The largest privately owned mail carrier in the United States. That Dave Johnson, the Natty. You ain't got to go down to the Natty. That's where I go every day. Do any of you good old guys remember back in the mid-'70s when Royce were advertised on TV as being shaken in a paint shaker? They were tough radios. Oh, nice. I have a Royce desktop CB. And it's gigantic. Okay. And I had that when there were still licenses. You used to have a license to run a CB. People may not remember that are not in their extreme upper 30s. And a license application came with the CB. You had your initials and your zip code was your license to get started. I remember that. MDR 60438, lived in Lansing, Illinois. And then you sent in for your license, and the FCC gave you a license to operate the CB. I had a license. I'm like a little kid. So I still have that Royce CB. I have a bank account that is specifically for payments. It doesn't have much in it at any point in time. That's all of us. Bank accounts without much in it. But yeah, look, but do you go to the bank? Probably not. Wilbon 79, good afternoon, Market Trucking Hansers fans. Well, good afternoon. It's good to see you. I've driven by the bank a few times. Could you do a review of Gleaner's Community Food Bank of Southeastern Michigan for a company that's doing it better? Maybe you could review the company, Gleaner's Community Food Bank. I will say, usually those jobs don't pay that much. Like there's Food Finders here in Lafayette, and they advertise. It doesn't pay much. Now, you're doing a good thing, obviously, but the pay on it is generally lower than, what drivers are trying to get. They mess my schedule up. It's all over the place, depending on what they have me doing. Big, huge Mike. That's the hardest thing. That's probably the worst part of the road that I think companies should try to solve if they can. The schedule, it ruins your health over time, and it makes everybody tired. If they could work that kind of stuff out with dropping hooks and stuff, yeah, that is super hard to do. At extreme upper 30s, that's much harder to do, believe me. GP Transco's here. Hello. You're late to the party. It's good to see you here today. Were your ears burning? We were talking about you earlier. Sergey wants some hash browns. I need to get my license for the ham radio. Yeah, go ahead. You can study online now. I had to get a book for that when I got my license. You can study that online. And the first test, I think I paid $10, but it might be $15 now. But the license itself doesn't require anything beyond that. When it renews free as long as you do it on time. I pay the ARRL to renew it every 10 years or whatever, but otherwise it renews free. I'm a ham radio operator. CB doesn't require certification here. Yeah, here either, but it used to. We're talking mid-'70s. It used to, and ham here, probably like where you are, licensed operator. But the truckers have their own radios, RICS 1 and RICS 2. Oh, really? What frequency are they on out there? Do you know? If the post office was private, trucks wouldn't have license plates, not random numbers painted on it. The trucks would have license plates, not random numbers. Yeah, that's true, right? Don't they have, say, government on them or something? Bank lines are longer than USPS lines. Really? But who's in the bank? Who's in line at the bank? What are they doing in there that they can't do from their house? Yeah, John, we were talking about the 60 cents a mile, exactly. Definitely don't remember that. I was born in 1981. David, right. I had my CB license before that, ironically, which came with it. I was so proud of that. We talked to my friend, I don't know, he's a few blocks away or whatever, and he got a CB too, so we could talk on the CB. It was amazing. What's the name of the YouTube car channel? It's Mark Rumps. It's just my name, and a video generally goes up there every week. It's nothing, it's not Doug DeMuro, believe me that, okay? It's just me talking about a random car that I found that week and my opinion of it. So it's been open for, I don't know, 7 years, 5 to 7 years. There's hundreds of videos. We announced it a little over a week ago. So far, drivers seem to like it, I bet. Hey, here's a raise. Drivers are like, forget this. So, yeah, I can't imagine any company announcing a raise and drivers going, forget it. Gleaners pays $20 an hour plus overtime with 55 hours a week. That's pretty good for a food bank job. That is pretty good. People don't use CBs anymore. They use smartphones. Yeah, you just don't know the number of the guy going the other way when you want to ask him about what the road conditions are or whatever. I'm in my mid-40s. I'm not even pretty anymore. I don't know about that, right? That certainly wouldn't be true. Age has nothing to do with that, certainly. Been bad cons for personal band for a while. Sunspots. Yeah, it's been low. Sunspots have been like nothing. Been like Zippo. Some of the truck stops are selling 6 T-shirts for $12. You don't have to wear that same red shirt every Monday. You can own more than one shirt. Nice. Yeah, this is just works out every week where I get this, Monday morning. So, so comfortable. $15. You could take all 3M tests at one time. You could. Midlife trucker. I agree. You can go all the way up to extra if you want, but those are a little harder. If you, I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. So, just getting the technician to start out, but yeah, you can take them all at once, right? Years ago, I used to have a converted 10-meter ham radio for CB. A lot of people do that. They're running 10 on it, and so they get some distance. If you're doing an armed robbery, you have to grab your ski mask and show up. But I wouldn't rob a bank. There's no money in it anymore. Everything's electronic. Do you rock a V6 Mustang? Now, what would be the point of that? It barely has more power than the Escape, a V6 Mustang. We're a little worried that when people hear 60-cent base pay, they automatically think it's $10.99. If anyone's asking, we hire company drivers. Right, GP Transco is a regular W-2 company. You're an employee, so you get all the benefits of being an employee like you're supposed to. Some of these scam companies that are $10.99, you get your employee. Summertime is coming, George Costanza. All the way stations are getting their inspections. Make sure to double check. Yeah, because May 4th to 6th is the check this year, and it's 2 things: driver's hours of service and lighting. That's what they're concentrating on this year. So if you're out at night, make sure your lights are all working. Tommy Cash, my sister-in-law works at a bank. She said just old ladies actually go in and check their balances. Really? Hello, can I check my balance? That stuff you can do online. Wow, they check their balance at the bank. Did you drive to the bank to check your balance? Does anybody here do that? Please. A pig pen, goodness. Great show at your host. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I could go to the bank with that and check my balance at the same time. Check your balance. Oh my gosh. To just drive out there to get their... I just think that's crazy. You're not going to have to twist my arm very hard to accept an 8-cent raise. Yeah. At any company, when they come out with a raise, does the company get like pushback from drivers? Oh, maybe at employee-owned companies. This is too much. We won't be able to make any money. The one annoying thing running for GP Transco is you're obliged to have draws that match the truck. So teal policy just made up. They do an underwear check there, so it must be teal. Zinc 50 milligram every other day, and the NAC 600 with selenium works much better than taking NyQuil. Yeah, I'm not suggesting people take any drugs to sleep or anything else. I think you should get natural sleep, honestly. Tommy Cash, thank you very much. Good show today. Get yourself 2 roller wieners today. I appreciate that. I will. And you can get 2 for that and still have money for a soda, or a pop, depending on where you live. I think if you sleep at the same time every day, that's the best for you. And that's what I try to do. And I think it's better for your health. Absolutely. NyQuil, if you have to take NyQuil every day to sleep, no. Does anyone notice the fake clouds in the sky? It's part of the aerosol injection. There's always that thought, right? All the cool YouTube truckers rock V6 Mustangs. Who would drive a V6 Mustang? Maybe a kid. Like it's the car they got for graduation. But what? You're going to get a Mustang? Go get a regular Mustang, a V8 Mustang. Oh my gosh, a 5.0. Well, now you can get a 4-cylinder Mustang. You get the car with the biggest engine in it for the best passing power. Teal's the only way to go. Yeah, unless you're an owner-operator, right? Have you reviewed a Dodge Challenger, the only coupe out there? I don't know if I had a Challenger on there or not. I don't know. There's been a lot of cars in there. Maybe. I think actually maybe a couple years ago there was a green one. I'm thinking back that I found a used green one in a weird color or something. Yeah, I don't know. The Dodge dealer is around the corner. I bought a house last year and never stepped foot in the bank for the mortgage. Right? You don't have to do any of that. You don't have to go to the bank. I cannot imagine going to the bank to get my balance, of all things. You can just call. In worst case, you could call them personally, although I don't know if they'll give it to you on the phone. They don't call about their balance. They just want to talk to someone. Visit me, Molly. Look, I said that in the beginning of the show, right? People are the most important thing. Take time, not time, extra time to work, but extra time to visit people, because someday they won't be here. And someday you won't be here. Take the time with each other. That's what's important. GP Transco. A couple drivers are upset because they're now making 60 cents, and incoming drivers are making the same. They said it's not fair. They're now making 60 cents, so they got a raise, right? So if I'm going to get a raise, I'm kind of in. And I see the point that if an incoming driver is making the same as an experienced driver, why don't new drivers make a couple cents less or something? Maybe. It's a great time to be alive. Either way, I wouldn't complain too much about getting a raise, and for fear the company will be like, oh, well, we'll take it back or whatever, Can't look a gift horse in the mouth, basically. More money is more money. Easy to fall asleep. Just pretend you work nights and you pass out just on spine. We don't want to just be doing that. We'd find out not having a job. You need to go to the bank to getting your safety deposit box. George Wilson, do people still use those? Oh my gosh. I need to get in my safety deposit box. Holy mac, where I have all my important documents and jewels. It's okay, Mark. Those were organic chem elements. They're organic. As long as they're organic, California says it's okay. Don't do American cars to age like milk. Well, it doesn't matter. You get a new one all the time. So you don't keep them, right? Switch them out. You got another one. I'll drive a V6 Mustang with crank windows if it had air. You got it, but air's the thing. So you wouldn't have to crank the windows much if it had air. And I do agree, air should be a requirement in a car. Absolutely. Joan Arc, GP Transco, it's up to you, but honestly, they should get a boost to be fair. But you contracted them, so you're doing nothing wrong. Well, and I agree. The other side of it, I guess, the employee side is the employer. They can just set the wage or whatever. But if you're getting a raise, you're getting a raise. You'll be making more money. What someone else makes, it shouldn't be relevant to what you make there, really. The idea is, here, what do I make? Now, this person makes this, or who cares what they make? Do you think you're being paid fairly for the job you're doing? That's the thing. If somebody else makes whatever they make, that's up to them. My cousin left GP the same day the raise went into effect, dressed for a local place. Now, yeah, see, the difference, local, you're just not going to be able to keep somebody. You can make $100 a year driving a city bus. Not here. I wish you could. Have a pension, benefits of working unlimited hours. A lot of times bus drivers make more than truck drivers. And some companies are still paying hazard pay. Yeah, city bus here hires, but only in the high 15s an hour. I wish it was more. Eventually you're at 24 something an hour here for city bus. Still not terrible. Go to bank to cash deposits and cashier's checking. I need a cashier's check. What do you need a cashier's check for? See, that's the other thing. A safety deposit box. Uncle Sam could still rob you. I'm not changing my minus 12 for a while. Look, what's the point of a safety deposit box? I guess all my jewels could go in there. I made 39 cents a mile when I started. 60 cents is nice. Plus truck drivers will be complaining about anything. Yeah, 39 cents would have been great. Yeah, I remember making a quarter and 23% and also a quarter a mile. I can remember back to that. And so that I'm seeing 60 at places, pretty good. I wish that would have paid that on the road. Low miles, and it'll be Peter to find an upgrade. So how much for being a YouTube hype man? That pays extra. I'm still rocking my 06 Avalon. Yikes. 263,000 miles. Man. Is the air work in it? That's what I want to know. Does the air work in an Avalon Limited? It's a 06. Well, let me see now. This is the last year for that on Uber? What are you going to do next year? Because you said you run Uber also. So what are you doing for Uber on that car? At least here in Indiana, that's the last year for that car, 15 years. Maybe they have a different rules in your state. So absolutely. Don't let the haters keep you from doing right by your employees. Yeah, absolutely. Look, you're given a raise, and then I'd be like, oh, so people are complaining about a raise. So I don't know about that, right? The thing is, we can't worry about this person's getting this. What do you get? That's what matters. Kelly has a 96 Ford Explorer. Odometer broke, but 250,000. Now, now that you've said that, I have to report it to the federal authorities because it's required to work. I mean, it's the law. 250. Does the air work in it? 96. I mean, it's time to get a new car going on over there. Crazy to use safety deposit box nowadays. Many times the government raids them and takes the entire contents of the boxes. Then it's your job. Well, why would they raid it? What is an old lady getting her safety deposit box raided for? Geez. Used to keep a tiny fleet of Fords running. The why drink like a fish. Yeah. Well, over there, you don't get the gigantic Fords that we get here as much, right? Second-year company driver, W-2 on track to make $100,000 midlife. That's the way it goes, right? That's what I tell people. And, by your second year, you could be looking at six figures as a truck driver. And people, are like, oh, I don't want to be a truck driver. What, are you going to go to Purdue and then go work at McDonald's over here for $30,000? I mean, come on. After you spend $80,000 in student loans and then go gripe to the government, oh, pay my loans off. I worked at JB Hunt, and what's truck school, $7,000? I worked at JB Hunt back in '86, and they paid 18 cents. Sweet. Everyone else was paying 16. JB had top pay back then. That's pretty good pay. Top pay, you're like, man, I'm making another 2 cents, which is a couple of $1,000, right? When a company upscales its pay, it's up to the company to decide whether to pay any premiums. If they were receiving fair pay, then that's just the way it is. Yeah, look, any raise, I'll take it, right? I'm in. So if they want to send a raise over here, I'm in. They will complain about anything. I'm one of those complainers. You just find something to complain about and go gripe at them about it. Cash is King Trucking. The car hasn't been eligible for Uber for 2 years in Minneapolis. Oh, it's 10 years there, really? Oh, 150. They have a mileage limit? Nice. Used to fudge the numbers on the miles. Uber computer robots are not smarter than me. Oh, I didn't know that. So in Indiana, I guess you should move here. 15 years, and there's no mileage limit. So you could still run that car here through December 31st. But you'd be busted because you can't fudge the year on it because of the registration. Uncle Sam is broke and robs people. They rob you every week when you get paid. How about that? UPS starts at 60 cents, and in 4 years you top out at 92 cents. They're negotiating a new contract and attempt to top out at $1 a mile. Now that's some money. 92 cents a mile for a company driver is incredible. And the only reason they maintain it is because they're high average per mile rate with all those packages. I don't think a road company could do that at the moment. I would like to get a 77 Firebird SE, one since before the move. Oh, yeah. Well, there's something, but that's not like a daily driver. I'd be in on that too, but not to drive it every day. I want to drive a V6 naturally aspirated crank window front drive Mustang with cold air for 60 cents. Yeah, you can get a 4-cylinder one now. Everything works on the Avalon, I bet. I just did the pads and rotors. AC blows cold and has heated and air-conditioned seats. 3.5 liters. Yeah, look, it's a great car. It says a lot of miles, but I'll probably last you another 10 years on those cars. Avalons, and it's not like people buy them and drive them hard or anything. It's an Avalon. Use Mark's videos as my test when choosing the trucking company. Oh, I'm glad that it worked out. It sounds like it's working out great for you, by the way. GP Transco, the truth is we pay as much as we can afford. Making this raise happen meant we need to raise the rates with some of the customers, which did not go into increasing profits, just pay. That is awesome. And look, I think that's great. I don't get complaints from people about, Mark, they give us another raise. Can you be sure to call them and tell them to cut this stuff out? So those, I don't ever get that. The Craigslist ads was more sketchy. Rent truck for 50, rent driver for 100. No questions asked for 1,000, like it. Avalon's a great car. I like the drop-top two-door. That'd be something. I would love to see one of those out on the road somewhere. Yikes. Let's see where this went off to here. Oh, this, right. So I have to get off to work, so we'll close this out here today because they will come and gripe at me. So thank you all for being into that. And don't forget now that Cash is King here, also check out Toes here. Thank you, Cash is King Trucking, for the picture. Okay. Look at those toes gripping. They got a good grip on those too. They are right on there. If you wear it, of course, make it a parrot always, right? I want to thank GP Transco also for being here today. They are hiring. GP Transco is hiring. If you want to be treated well, they just gave a raise. I have to get that on there. Holland Enterprises is hiring as well. APU, Epic View, how about that? A fridge, XM, yikes. And long hauls, that's what I love, right? Remember, everybody's got to eat. Schuster is hiring. They give a raise too. You can talk to Schuster. Holy mackerel, everybody's here today. Fleet Nav Systems was here today on the show. I appreciate that. Go check out their YouTube channel. Check out Cash is King Trucking as always. He also has Trucking with Diabetes channel as well. I should get a card for that too. That's another channel to check out. I always forget about it, but you should look at it. And Jay, of course, at Auto Transport Intel. Don't forget about Jay. He does not forget about us. Brian Brock, great show. Everyone up with the like button. Brian Brock, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you being here. Alexandra was first today. Thank you for being here and for getting that extra $100. That's pretty awesome. Howdy from Statesville. 4 hours of counting at the dock. Think they're doing laps at the pallets. That is great. I hope you're getting paid for it. You know, that's what I always say. Al Johns wouldn't mind a Lexus 250, but better have crank windows, not an Lexus. That's not going to happen, right? Dave Johnson, Trucking, the only industry where the guys complain as much as the old timers. Yeah, as soon as you get in, you got to complain about, start complaining immediately. Well, you know what? This truck's already got 1,000 miles on it. I'm just so sick of this place. So, Joan Ark, thank you for being here, and I appreciate it. Another great show. I appreciate it. Big, huge Mike, look, get some sleep, because we don't want you driving off the road, okay? Anybody that's too tired to drive, please sleep. The job's not worth it. It's just not worth it. Get some sleep and deal with the job later. Al Johns, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Dope Law. Ever heard of Gully Transport? Yeah, with that little blue light on top of the trailers. Yeah, I have. So Kelly Patterson was here today. Thank you for that. Dave Keogh was here. I appreciate it. The Hool came in late, but I appreciate you coming in anyways. It's always good to talk to you. Well, Doggies was here. Gear Jammer, Midlife Trucker, Tom Bell. Thank you for being here today. Tommy Cash. Oh, let's see. Where am I going off to? Oh, right up here. And this rolls around the roller. Pigpen was here. Thank you for that. Valerie Peterman. Ed Oliver was here. And let's see. George Costanza was here. Misty, I appreciate you coming in today. Bruce Watson, but I have to head out to, they're going to gripe at me. Roger Penske was here. Thank you very much for being here. And I will head out into this land here. Oh, right here's that clicky. And there'll be more fun and frivolity as the week goes by as usual. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Be safe. Look, tomorrow, get those Speedos out. It's going to be 90 here in beautiful Lafayette, Indiana. I can't imagine where it's going to be. Nicaragua, it's probably 140. So, but by the time you get south, we could be looking in the mid-90s.